right, let's see if this is okay. I had to not be on Facebook. I don't know why it was bad. It's so weird. It's so weird because it sounded fine. I don't know what's up. Okay. Weird. Okay, so this should be fine. This should be okay, is what I'm saying. Should be okay. We're going to put that there so I can see that. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to say hello to whoever's here. Hi. Hi. What's going on? We're here because for some odd, weird, goofy reason, Facebook is not, it's not working with me. I don't know. When I played it back, it sounded good, but it's not. So I would like to say cheers to whoever's here. Cheers, cheers, cheers on Thirsty Thursday. You know what, though? I'm going to listen to something. I'm going to listen just to see. You know what? Listen, you got to let us know, Kel, what is going on. If you want to check in, that would be kind of fun. So I hope the concert, well, not hope. It's going to be awesome. You ladies have a great, great time. We will be thinking of you. If you want to check in at some point, let us know. Give the big guy a call. Woohoo! S.A. Steve Augeri is performing tonight. This is good. What is this? His first show? Is this his first show out? Oh my goodness, that is awesome. I am very happy for you ladies. Oh, see, this sounded good. Huh, weird. Very weird. Ladies gonna have a great time. Okay, so, let's see, I played it back. Sounded good. Okay. Weird. Very strange. Very, very strange. Okay, so here I am. Oh, I can't hear a thing now. Now I cannot. There we go. All right. Whoever's here, hi, cheers. Cheers to Thirsty Thursday. Cheers to Steve Augeri being back in concert. Thank the dear Lord up above. My gosh. Everything's opening up. Back to the music world, kids. So here's one for you. I'm having one for you right now. I'm sure the ladies at Steve Augeri have already had at least one, I hope. Got Robert Berry coming on very shortly. That's right. Just going to take a look at my notes here. Okay. This way. You know what? Let's do this down here, right? All these changes happen. Jump! I have to remember not to yell because I broke something last time. I did. Jump, 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 jump. See, I'm not yelling. Not yelling. Well, oh, did you turn my mic on? Did you turn it on? I was trying. I've been talking for like 2 minutes and nothing was coming. I said, "Why? Why? Should always have my microphone on." And because all right. So here's what I did last week. I broke something by yelling, and I think it was to a Van Halen. So no, it was Journey. And I broke something because you said everybody screams, so I did, and I broke. And you were so mad. But, you know, I had the interview with Steve Cropper, and I broke something right before the interview, so that was not good. However, I told myself that I need to whisper. So I was saying, jump. I was like quietly hailing Van Halen, and, you had my mic off. But that's fine. How are you?
I'm fine.
I told myself,
Wow.
don't yell, Kiki. Don't yell. And I didn't yell. And Kelly just wanted to say a quick hello that they're at the Steve O'Jerry show tonight.
Well, Kelly's at Steve O'Jerry tonight?
Yes, I believe it's in Buffalo, New York. And I think...
I think it's in Florida, isn't it?
Is it?
I don't know. Kelly can tell you.
All right, whatever. So is this his first show? No, it's not.
Yes, this is for his show. I don't know.
No, is this his first show? No, it can't be.
Yes, I don't know. I don't know what day it is. All I know with Kelly is pouring rain, like cats and dogs.
Well, if she's in Florida, it stopped.
But if
it only lasts for 2 minutes.
If it's an outdoor show, then
well, if she's in Florida, like you say, then it's over. There's no more rain. It rains for 30 seconds in Florida.
30 seconds, and I see Michael Margolis is here.
Is he really? Hi. Hey, Mikey. He's not from New Hampshire. He's from Florida.
What the hell?
He moved like a year ago.
Oh, my God, I know that. And Lee Evans is here also.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, he's here listening tonight.
Baby Lee is in the house.
He did a show somewhere recently. I don't know where, with John Payne and...
North Dakota, actually.
And Steve O'Jerry was there also. I think he was...
That's right. So this is not his first show.
No, his second show.
But I would love to know how last week went.
Well, Lee will tell us about that because we had Lee on last week, didn't we?
We did, because it was his big old birthday. And John Payne said he was 1,742 years old.
No, he didn't say he's 69 years old.
No, John Payne gave a really good number.
I can't believe that Lee Evans is 69. That's amazing. North Dakota, I'm sure it was a lot of fun.
Of course it was fun.
And then he went back home as 112 degrees in Phoenix.
That isn't... I can't even imagine that,
Well, it's hot, right?
I really cannot imagine 100+ degree. My hair would do bad things.
But I remember 2 years ago being in Las Vegas, and it was 107 degrees at midnight.
All right, so let's talk about that for a second.
Then when I got up in the morning, it was I could see snow on the mountains.
So it was 107, and we were walking down the strip at midnight. And it was I was having a great time, but then I had to basically carry you on my back because you're like... It's so
No, you're
right?
exaggerating. You didn't have to carry me on my back.
What I did was...
I had to take you. Can you hear me, Kiki?
I can.
Okay.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
So what I had to do is take breaks. You didn't have to carry me on your back. I had to take breaks walking.
All right, so can I finish the story? So we went into Walgreens.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
And I got us a water.
Yes.
And we sat on the steps right next to the pharmacy inside of Walgreens. Like, really not a Vegas thing to do.
Well, I had to pick up my Trojans, but whatever. It's fine.
Honey, after all these years, you don't need those. Everything's dried up and over with.
Stop it.
We sat in the Walgreens store on the steps drinking water. And I think I got us peanut butter crackers.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Hey, Roberta.
Roberta's here. Oh, my
Something
God.
like, what really boring people would do, but it helped you out.
Fine.
It got you out of your hot funk.
Well, it's out of my hot funk.
And that was that.
So the strawberries are leafing out. There's no buds yet because they're kind of late this year. And I didn't mulch them over probably, but the strawberries are doing much better.
And we have a lot of rabbits. And rabbits, from what I understand, really love strawberries.
They love strawberries.
Yeah.
They love strawberries.
I love strawberries.
So you have this guy coming up in a few minutes. What's his name?
His name is Robert Berry.
Robert Berry, a cool guy. And he's... you're going to tell us all about him and everything.
I'm going to tell you all about... Well, he's going to tell you all about him. I'm just going to coach him along.
But he loves music, doesn't he? Like big time.
I think the only people I talk to on this station are about music. I'm just saying. I just wanted to say it.
Who did you talk to last week? What was his name?
Steve Cropper.
Oh, my God. What a cool guy he was.
And I would love to get a message from him tonight.
Right.
Telling me who we talked to.
Right. Because you reached out to him last week. And you said,
I reached out to him yesterday.
Well, but you talked last week in the interview, which was live here on Kiki.fm, about calling his friend he hasn't talked to in a long time. What was his friend's name?
Dan Aykroyd.
He calls him Danny, right?
Otherwise known as Danny.
Danny, right.
Yep, and he was going to talk to him today.
Right.
Today.
Today, because he, but Danny calls him up and they go see movies together. I don't know what that's all about.
Well, he
Yeah.
said he would let us know
Yeah.
what him and Danny talked about. So I really hope he follows up with that because that is just beyond cool.
That's cool, man.
Beyond cool to me.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
You can listen right here off your Android device, your iPhone. You can download the app. You have an Alexa. You can enable Alexa to say Kiki.fm and play it as much as you want. You can watch Kiki live and in color tonight on YouTube on our channel, which is Kiki Classic Rock. Or you can watch on Facebook tonight. The audio isn't gobbled. She straightened it all out.
Should I put it back? Do you want me to put it back? You told me to take it down.
Well, I don't know.
And it sounded fine to me, though.
Well, it's not on right now?
No, let's do that. No,
I'm going to play a song here.
Okay.
You can play with your face.
All right.
Because you like to play.
It sounded fine to me.
Me when I played it back 2 times. Okay. Sure. Are you gonna let me know? Everyone loves Facebook. You know who really loves Facebook? Mark Zuckerberg. He owns it. Just saying. I'm just saying. Okay. Friday. Oh my gosh, Mary's here. Grey's Anatomy is out the window. And she's here. Hello, Mary. All right, let's see if Facebook works, okay? Sorry if I'm getting really close. Oh my God, he has these things, they fall down. I can't. I cannot. And I have to move it because it's dangerous. Like I cannot have, oh my, and then see my hair gets all messed up. All right, hold on. I am so sorry. Hold on. All right, let's see if this works. Now I have hair in my mouth. Oh my, I'm a mess. I'm an absolute disaster. All right, let's put the password in to my AP. All right, let's try this now. Let's do this. I'm gonna try Facebook again. To me, it sounded fine. However, Al said it was still bad. So let's do this. Let's just try it. Let's try it. Okay, let's see. Guys, if any of you are on Facebook, let me know if you can hear it. Hold on, I have to pick something up because I dropped it. And I can't even reach it. Oh my God, help me, Jesus. All right, hold on. I'm a disaster. Hold on. Oh my God. I'm bending down. I'm just, okay. All right, I'm back. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? I feel like I'm all by myself. I am I'm not really by myself, but I am kind of, sort of. All right, how's Facebook, if anyone's there? I see someone's there. Let me know if it's garbled or not. Mary, you think it's working? I hope so. Last week it was a mess. It's like a disaster. Wayne, you're on YouTube right now, though. Hey, James Cook, how are you? Wayne, you're watching on YouTube. I need to know if Facebook sounds okay. Right, you're on YouTube. So you're listening to Facebook as well, Wayne? I'm so sorry. This is like so embarrassing. But I just want to make sure you know, Facebook is... Kendra! What are you doing? How are you? Did you make salmon again? I'm just asking. I just want to know if it sounds good. That's all. All right, let me check. Go check, Wayne. You let me know. Let me know if it sounds okay. All right, just looking at this. You're going to the beach on Sunday and going horseback riding on the beach. How fun, Mary. That sounds so awesome. And no salmon tonight for Kendra. Will Christmas be really sad? Not really. I love salmon. I could eat salmon every single day. That is fun. We have a place that, see, you know, there were people on Facebook and now they left. You were on Facebook and it was okay. All right, Roberta, I'm taking your word for it. So we're going to leave it. If it's terrible, what's going on with sound? Oh my God. Now Al's telling me it's bad. All right, what's going on with sound? Oh, help me, Jesus. Is it okay? Alfred, tell me if it sounds... Mark, can you hop on Facebook for a second and see if it sounds okay? If you can. Just let me know if it sounds all right. Because if it's not, I got to take it down. Roberta said it sounds okay. Al's saying it doesn't. I'm so confused. Hey, Mark. Barry. Oh, Kendra. All right, so Mark, Kendra said the sound wasn't on Facebook. Mark, can you hear me or no? Because now I've got Robert on next. You got garbled. All right, it's going down. Facebook is going bye-byes. Okay, I don't know why that's... And when I play it back, which is so strange...
Okay, let's see.
See? I play it
Guys,
back, it sounds
if
fine.
any of you are on Facebook, let me know if you can hear it.
All right, I'm
Hold on, I have to
deleting
do
that.
something up
That's messed up.
because I dropped it.
Delete it, okay.
And I can't even.
Oh my God, and I'm still talking. That's my life. I'm still talking. All right, Robert Berry is next after this. I need another sippy whippy because I get thirsty worsty. Quincy! Everybody say happy birthday to Quinn. It's her birthday. Her and Corey went to Boston today, which is so cool. Beautiful day for it. Got me under pressure. I don't know, Wayne. I don't know what's going on. So I just turned off Facebook. All right. Happy birthday, Quinn. Happy birthday. My hair is so... Look how long my hair is. Well, he's not playing Steve Perry now. We're doing an interview. But we can play him after. See how long it is? I need a haircut. It's long. All right. You gotta get ready for Robert Perry. Barry. Robert. Now I'm saying Steve Perry, Robert Perry. Can you stop? Like, oh my God. I just did the same thing Al did. Robert Perry, but it's Robert Barry. Thank you. Steve Perry. You know what I mean? I can't. Facebook thing is weird. Did you post ducks again? No. Thank you, Mary. You're so cute. Who is Robert Berry? Well, he's worked with the guys from Emerson Lake and Palmer. He works with Greg Kinn currently. He's been in Ambrosia. Just listen. Just listen. It's good. It's going to be good. I don't know. We'll talk about Facebook after. It's weird. It's just really strange. Got me under pressure, Wayne. You got me under pressure. I gotta pull my pants up. Don't you hate when your pants fall down? Oh, nice. I love Alexa. She's my friend. Thank you. I'm glad. I need to be tested every now and then. This guitarist and songwriter has worked alongside icons from Emerson, Lake, and Palmer, as well as musicians from Night Ranger and Sammy Hagar's band. For movie soundtracks and producers we all know and love, he is here to tell us some of his stories
and to also talk about his new music. And we know he has to be really cool because we share the same birthday. Everyone, Robert Berry.
Hey, same birthday. Wow, there you go.
Isn't that the best? Like, I saw that. I said, oh my gosh, we are kindred spirits.
Yeah, well, you have to be a Taurus, you know?
I know, full of bull, right?
Well, they say we're supposed to be stubborn, but, you know, in my business, producing artists and stuff, too, at the studio, I can't be stubborn. No way.
Yeah, no kidding. You got to be adaptable every second of the day.
That's right.
Well,
How
Rob,
are you?
very good. And we totally appreciate you hanging out tonight. Now, it was very interesting as I'm looking into your history. You started really young on the business side of things. You were selling speaker cabinets, which I find fascinating because you weren't selling, you know, music. You were selling something that has to do with music. So, you know, how did that all tie into what you're doing now?
You know, I got to tell you, it was my dad that had a music store when I was little,
nice.
and he was selling Vox amplifiers, which is what the Beatles used.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
I was like 7, 8 years old, and I would see these guys come into the store. They'd buy these Vox speakers and amps, and they were some of the famous guys in the Bay Area here. And it left a big impression on me, to tell you that. This looked like a good way to go.
Yeah, well, and you did good by that. Now, do you have any of those Vox speakers now from then?
You know, my dad actually imported those from England, he brought 3 of them over, and him and my mom drove the station wagon back home from San Francisco to, I'm in Silicon Valley, San Jose, and they had 3 in the back. One of them was too loud for a living room, but not loud enough for a concert stage to say. I still have that very first amp. I don't have the Beatle amp that he had, but I bought one just like it, the old English Super Beatle. But I still have one of those. That's a good question. No one's ever asked me that.
Well, that is, I mean, you have a beautiful studio. Not that I saw the whole thing, but just from some of the pictures I was creeping around to see, I'm like, oh my God, you have a dream studio.
I'm very fortunate. I've had this for over 30 years.
Wow.
Actually, I had it before I moved to England, and I took the chance of losing it to go for my big break. You know, I just had to say, look, I get to work. First of all, I was with Steve Howe from Yes, but then with Keith Emerson, I need to risk whatever it is to make my dreams come true. And luckily, I did okay. I had a hit record, and I didn't lose my studio in the meantime. So, yeah, I have the best of everything here.
Thank goodness you didn't lose that because it looks absolutely gorgeous. And I'm sure my husband would love to just sit in there and drool because.
Oh, yeah, but it's like a museum in here. I got to tell you, I have everything from my console, the 1974 Neve from England. It's the best you can get. But there's a memory Moog, there's a Moog synthesizer in here. There's old calfskin drum set. And then on the other hand, I have the latest Pro Tools and latest digital stuff at the same time. So it really is a museum.
And it must be nice because you can kind of cross them both together.
Yeah, you know, whoever comes in, I have the instruments here. From if they want to do Motown, I have a Hammond B3. I have an old bass like they'd use with dead strings on it. If they want to do hip hop, I have the drum loops and all the stuff. I have it all. So I mean, I'm not bragging. It's just I love manufacturing these things for people and getting it right. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you seem like a perfectionist, so I get
it. Yeah, you know, I am to a point. My thing is when people come into the studio or I'm working with a Keith Emerson. My thing is to give them 110% of what I have to offer. But there's also the part that comes in with teamwork. We have to give and take and compromise a little bit. And I'm actually good with that. You know, it doesn't always have to be my way. It just has to be the standard that I'm able to achieve for everybody I work with.
Yeah, I totally get that. Now, you're still in San Jose. That's where you grew up. And the first band that you did it with was Hush. Now, how did the country's, I'm obviously into radio, but how did the country's #1 FM radio station at the time, KSAN, help Hush get their start?
You know, boy, no one's ever asked me that because they don't know KSAN from the old days, but they had a big battle of the bands. The title was, the winner was the best Bay Area band. And we're in the South Bay, which the San Francisco people sort of frowned on, like we had no culture.
Oh,
Of course, eBay started here, Netflix started here, Apple started here. Should I go on? It all started here. But you know, this was late 70s, and San Francisco was still a beautiful city like it is now, and it's one of the top 10 destinations in the world, I believe. And here we are, this South Bay band competing with bands that sounded like Jefferson Starship, Jefferson Airplane, Grateful Dead, Moby Grape, all these bands that sounded more San Francisco-ish. And we sounded kind of like an English rock band. And we thought, well, there's no way we're going to win, but we'll go up there and we'll do exactly what we do, and we'll see what happens. And we won, and we got to open at Winterland, which is a Bill Graham venue, for Rush and UFO. That was our first big break, and it just started everything rolling. It was fantastic.
Holy moly. Rush and UFO, really?
Yeah, okay. Well, K-San, really? Come on, Kiki.
I know, but were you in just awe of that?
You know, I was until our set started. We were playing on stage, and Rush's crew was the sound crew on the monitors, and they let everything feed back. So our mics would squeal and stuff because they felt a band called Hush should not be on the stage before a band called Rush. It was still good. I tell you, I have more people that saw that show. You know, it's like a 5,000 seat place, not even that big, but the music lovers were there.
Wow. So what's a cool story from that one, though?
Oh, you know, that was really the thing that they made our life miserable on stage. We just had to kind of just forge onward and do what we do and not worried about the squealing mics and stuff, because it didn't sound like that out front. You know?
Yeah, gotcha.
But then again, it was such an honor. You got to imagine everybody was from the San Francisco area, and we weren't ourselves. And the only band from out of town, and we won. I mean, we just couldn't believe it. We're just jumping up. I see a picture. We're jumping up and down, you know, going, what a bunch of kids like their first candy bar or something. It was just special.
Did that make you love radio even more after that?
You know, a radio station in my hometown, San Jose, called KSJO, actually played a song off the first Hush album called Rock and Roll Babies. The first song I ever heard. The DJ's name was, Lobster was on there, and then a guy named Dennis Erectus, who was like the first Howard Stern kind of guy. And they played our song, and that was really what got me excited. But to be picked the number one Bay Area band by the number one station in San Francisco, nothing could even come close to that at the time. Of course, later on, it didn't do us a lot of good. K-San went a little more underground as time went on, and the other stations got bigger and bigger.
Yeah. That's great, though. I mean, you won a radio station contest. It's just very cool. Now, Hush was signed to ASI Records, which was run by Dan Holmes and Wes Hain, who worked with the Carpenters, Brad, and Olivia Newton-John. So awesome. However, when Hush was on tour, the band truck went kaput, and ASI kind of left you stranded. So tell us what happened that night, and did you leave ASI after that, or did you stick with them for a bit more?
We actually stuck with them. We didn't know they were having financial problems. They had put a ton of money into a band called Babyface, who was a rock band. And we left our sound man with our truck, and we rented a truck to finish our tour. We were with Triumph then, opening for them, in Black Oak, Arkansas. And so Keith, our sound man, stayed with the truck, got the motor rebuilt, drove it home. ASI was going to pay for that as tour support. We got back, and they said, just start another album. Okay, so we were excited. We started another album. They went bankrupt right in the middle of it. Now, Wes Hain, I'm still in contact with on Facebook.
Cool.
I forget where he lives now, but he was a great guy. I didn't know Dan as well as Wes, but they were good to us until they went bankrupt, of course. And then they got our second album. They put it on the shelf. We couldn't get it back. We had no contact. It was a horror story that you hear about rock bands losing control of their own material.
Yeah.
But years later, it was so long, 20 years later, I had it released in Europe as Hush 79, because that's when it would have come out. So
cool.
It still got released. Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. Because, now after that, though, were your dreams shattered and, did you put your head between your knees for a bit and say, listen, what am I going to do now? Or,
I'm, I guess, an odd fish in the business. If something doesn't work out, I want to know, what am I going to do tomorrow now to fulfill my dream?
Yeah.
I'm still that way today. Hey, you got to realize, in 1986, I was in a band called GTO with Steve Howe, the guitar player from Yes.
yeah,
My only experience before that was Hush. So Hush wasn't on the world stage. I was on the world stage now with GTR.
yeah,
I didn't get along with the singer. He didn't like me. I got along with Steve Howe, but I didn't want to spend the rest of my life with a singer causing me trouble. So I quit. Here I am, my first really big break, and I quit because I expect better for my life than being harassed all the time.
yeah.
The
Harassment's bad.
next week, I was going to fly back home from England. The next week, Keith Emerson called me. That's just the way my life has turned out. I'm so lucky. So now, I mean, sure, disappointed, but I'm never discouraged.
Yeah. Well, obviously, because you've been doing this for a really long time. So you
Yeah.
can't be discouraged if you're in the business. What? How many years later? A few decades. It's,
Well, Hush was 78, 79, so it's been a long time. And I'm still, right now, my new album is doing so well. It's maybe the best thing I've ever been involved in. And the reviews are honestly the best I've ever got.
yeah.
And, I'm already working on something for next year.
That's
so
great.
I just keep going.
Yeah.
Never get discouraged, Disappointment, yes. But, yeah, you're the only one that makes your own path move forward. So you got to do it.
And definitely good words, because sometimes all of us, no matter what we do in life, we get discouraged. That is awesome from you. Now, Herbie Herbert, I'm like a girly girl here when I say his name, but he was your first manager. And the manager you had as your first manager was what he did with Journey and so many other bands. So what was it like to work with Herbie in the 80s? And did you ever do anything with Journey?
I did do something with Greg Raleigh, the keyboard player. He came down to my studio. We recorded a couple songs.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, they didn't get released. I moved on to England after that. But Herbie was instrumental in getting me to look inside myself for my lyrics, like a little deeper, a little more personal. Hush didn't have a lot of personal kind of songs. They were more about things,
Mm-hmm.
And with Herbie pushing me to dig deeper, it really made me the right fit for so much that happened in the rest of my life. But I will say, he got me to showcase with all the major record companies in Los Angeles. He set it all up. I had the biggest guys in the world at that showcase. But after Geffen Records wanted to sign me for a solo deal, Herbie took me aside and said, look, I'm having trouble with Steve Perry. When Steve Perry says stop the world, he goes, I have to figure a way to stop the world. He goes, you're on your way. We have to part ways right now because I'm having a hard time with Journey. And this is when Steve Perry sort of, I think, got rid of Ross Valerie and Steve Smith, the drummer and the bass player, and added some new guys. I think Randy Jackson got in, right? Randy
That was the
Jackson,
yep, and he's back with Journey now. That was the Raised on Radio era. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where when I sort of ended with Herbie, and it was a good thing because I wound up with Brian Lane in England, who managed Yes and Donovan and Asia, and my band 3. So again, what am I going to do tomorrow? I know what I'm doing today. If it works out, great. If I'm disappointed, okay. What am I going to do tomorrow?
Right.
And it always comes along.
Yeah, just don't let Steve Perry stand in your way,
Yeah.
I mean,
We're our own worst enemies at times.
yeah, it's true. Now, you did bring up Bill Graham, the super world famous promoter. Did you ever work with him as well?
I only bumped into Bill Graham when I was playing with Sammy Hagar, and there was something going on for a show that I wasn't playing. I just showed up, and Bill Graham was there. But I didn't really know Bill. Greg Kinn, the guy I work with now all the time, he was Bill's favorite son. Greg did everything. Every show that Bill could get him, Greg would play. But I didn't really know him, but he was legendary around here.
Yep.
I mean, he is legendary anyway, but oh my God, the power. My manager, Hush's first manager, tried to put on concerts in the South Bay, an hour away from San Francisco, and Bill Graham squashed it. He goes, nobody puts on concerts around here but me.
No
So,
kidding. Wow.
he had the power.
Dang. Dang. But you touched a lot of really cool people though in your career.
Oh my God, yeah. It, surprising. I mean, I'm just a guy. I'm really in a little city called Campbell, which is in the middle of San Jose. But I have a great studio, and all the guys I work with wind up coming here. Keith Emerson, Carl Palmer, Sammy Hagar's band came through here. Ambrosia came. Everybody came through the studio when I'm working with them. I always say they do because I can,
Yeah.
right? I can do all this, so they go, well, let's do it.
Yeah.
And I have been so fortunate because I'm still meeting great people.
Yeah.
I'm still viable. I can't tell you what I'm doing next year, but it's really, I am so excited. And of course, I already have a show booked for my 3.2.
Oh, awesome.
The third impression is the 3.2 that I have with Keith Emerson, and I have a 3.2 band featuring Robert Berry's the way we call that. So I tie it all together, and we're just moving forward.
Yeah, that's awesome. That really is great. It's nice to have our live shows coming back. We're all excited about that.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Now, 1986, that was a big year for you. And the groundwork, though, was being laid before you hopped on to GTR. In the 70s, Emerson, Lake, and Palmer, they were a supergroup made of the late Greg Lake, the late Keith Emerson, and Carl Palmer. Now, these guys, they had gold records, were the top prog rock group in the world. Then you get a call from Carl Palmer, and that was because of John Kolodner, who was the A&R guy who signed Peter Gabriel, Phil Collins, Sammy Hagar, and Asia. See, everybody's so connected. I always say that. Now, how were you connected to John Kolodner to get him to have Carl call you to join 3?
He was one of those super famous A&R guys at one of the biggest record companies in the world.
Yep.
And they were all there, Capitol, MGM, Geffen. All the record companies were at my showcase. Who is this new guy? We like his cassette tape at the time, and let's go see what he does. And I had just one of those magic days when my band was on fire and the songs came across. My voice was good, the lighting was good, everything was good at this place that they usually shoot movies at. And we did our showcase, played our songs, and John Kolodner came up and said, I want to talk to you Monday. I got to have this band. And that's how I got to meet him. He was so involved and just really took me under his wing.
And it was good for you, right?
Oh, my God. Yeah. John Kolodner, once you're in with these record companies, he calls and goes, Robert, Cher's doing a TV show. She's my, proven artist. You're my new artist. You want to do the TV show with her?
Oh,
yeah, okay. Yeah, fine. Okay.
Did you really do a show with Cher?
Yeah, do it like a talk show kind of thing. It was not that big a deal, but I got to do it. And
oh, no, that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Then Carl calls. Like you said, Carl calls me right here where I'm speaking to you. And he says, John played me your cassette tape. And I liked the voice. I liked the songs. And what happened from there. Here's the thing. Working with Carl Palmer and Keith Emerson, two of the greatest musicians that have ever walked the face of the earth. They play super hard music. They're technically incredible. Gives you a stamp of approval in the music business that goes far and wide.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they did. Besides playing and having a hit song with them, I was qualified on the world stage because obviously, I guess, I was capable of keeping up with those two.
Yeah. And speaking about keeping up, Keith Emerson was really known for his stage theatrics, right? In the early days.
Yeah.
He once played a piano, it was in midair, upside down or something, and he got hurt a lot. Did he ever talk to you about what he was doing and why he did that?
It was just what he did. Everything, it's so interesting with Keith. He was such a professional, such a perfectionist, strived to be the best and was the best, but he was an easygoing, funny, normal guy at the same time. It was like Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
He was so focused. So when he went out to entertain, he was all in. And that's where all that came from. The piano spinning around, meaning I'd get a headache doing that, let alone play. Sticking the knives in the organ, pulling the organ up or on top of him. Nobody ever did that. He was the Jimi Hendrix of the keyboard players,
Yeah.
and nobody else ever did it.
But he hurt himself too, so it's like maybe that's
Well,
why nobody did it.
at times, yeah, I mean, when you shoot off the flames and stuff out of the ribbon controller, you get burned and things. But he didn't hurt himself as much as it was dangerous what he was doing.
Yeah.
Throwing the organ on top of him.
Yeah, I know.
You put it back up,
Now, were you able to connect with him before he passed in 2016?
Oh yeah, we were working on the previous album. The Rules That Changed was the reason that 3.2 happened. We had a live in Boston CD release, an album release from the 3 tour in Boston when we went back in 1988. And 27 years later, they released it. Keith sort of left 3 behind. He played that album when it came in, and he called me thrilled. He goes, "Robert, we were a really good band." I said, "Well, Keith, I always thought so." He goes, "No, we were on fire. We were really good." He just hadn't realized, because he got sort of criticized for playing more songs like Asia and Yes We're Doing, which were more song-oriented and less fancy,
Yeah.
So he was so excited. I said, "Keith, you want to do another one?" He goes, "Yeah, I might." Got the record company, got the budget, got artistic control, got us a year to do it. We were 2/3 of the way through it, and we called the band 3.2. There was the second version of 3. Carl wasn't involved in this one. It was just Keith and I.
But now, were there a lot of emotions around you finishing that album?
Well, yeah, I mean, if your listeners, the people that don't know, Keith Emerson shot himself about 2/3 of the way through that album, committed suicide, and that, I'd waited 27 years to do another album with him. We've been friends and did different projects, things together. He was my funniest friend, my most famous friend, the only guy I ever had a top 10 song with. I could always count on him to crack me up with some silly video or something he's doing. He was tremendous, and he was the greatest musician to watch him play. He was at my house when he had the earthquake in 1989, and he was scared to death the whole world would cave in, and he went to my home and played my piano with all the windows open for hours, and just to listen to that, because he was scared, he thought the end of the world had come.
Yeah.
And to watch him and listen to him, he was just tremendous. And it was very hard for me to get past it. For a year, I didn't want to finish the album.
Yeah.
Then between his son, my manager, and the record company, they talked me into doing it. And I'm glad I did, because people, in the long run, the reviews were tremendous, and people were thanking me for releasing what turned out to be his last work.
Well, yeah. And I mean, as hard as it must have been for you to really get that, foot in that shoe to say, listen, I'm going to finish this. I'm going to do it. That had to be extremely emotional, difficult. You had to have your ups and downs when, before you dove back in. But the end result is so wonderful.
It was very emotional for me. The weird part was I had spent so much time writing and playing and touring and stuff at a certain point, and then we were working on this new thing that I felt like he was still with me finishing it, because I had 10 years of piano lessons. I can play keyboards. I'm no Keith Emerson, but I can really play it. 8 years of classical piano, really tough stuff, the kind of stuff that Keith could play still.
Yeah.
And I actually found myself channeling him, inspired by him, having him sit next to me, whatever it was, after he was gone. I felt like he guided my fingers. It was the weirdest thing, because especially on the solos, I did keyboard solos like I would never played and never had played before, but he might have done it. And it was just crazy. The new album, Third Impression, which is out now, is getting the same kind of reviews, great rave reviews, a lot of stuff that's very Emerson-ish on it, but there's one song, the last song he and I wrote together, wasn't on the Rules That Changed, the previous album, because it was too long. It's on this album. Same thing happened. I feel like he was saying, look, this is the very last thing we have, the very last thing that we wrote together, my very last ideas. Here's how I'd like to finish it. That's the way I felt like. It's kind of weird. I'm not that pie in the sky, there's Jesus in a cloud kind of guy.
I get it.
I'm really down to earth, realistic. But there was something there, some kind of connection that just is hard to explain.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you probably can't. It's hard to put it into words, I would think.
Yeah, I really can't. Yeah, I wish I could. I should be more articulate, but it's weird.
Yeah, no, and it had to be, like you said, you worded it perfectly. It was probably
Yeah.
all different kinds of emotions, But
Yeah.
Steve Howe of Yes, another icon of our time, you connected with him, and you were working on the second GTR album, which never happened. But where did all of that material go?
I left GTR with a lot of the songs I wrote with Steve, but when I came back to the States here, and a friend of mine, Andy Latimer from a band called Camel, wanted to know what I had done with those songs too. And I said, well, they're in my drawer. He goes, you should put them out. And he kept bugging me about it. So finally I put them out on an album called Pilgrimage to a Point. I had a couple of songs written for the second 3 album that didn't happen, a couple written for the second GTR album that didn't happen, and other things along the way that I'd written songs for. So I put them all on an album and put it out called Pilgrimage to a Point. And that album is still selling today. It's crazy. That was 2002 or something. No, 90, maybe that was 92, 93. So yeah, and it's still selling. I think I have 50 orders in the last couple months.
Seriously.
Every time I put out a new album, someone goes, oh, Pilgrimage to a Point, I got to get that.
That's awesome, though. That is,
Yeah.
I mean, it just shows you how, some things are just timeless and people just want to hear that sound. It
That's
doesn't
right.
matter what it is, it doesn't matter what decade it is, what time it is. They just want that sound.
Yeah, it's very nice because that's more what I was doing back then with the new albums, or what Keith and I decided 3.2 was going to be. What did we do back then right? What did we do back in like 87, 88 wrong?
Yeah.
What did we learn along the way for 27 years? And how are we going to make this viable in today's market for a progressive rock band?
Right.
And I stuck to those parameters even after he was gone, and they served me well.
Yep, and you definitely have kept that prog rock sound. You stayed true to that for sure in this new album.
Well, that's where I got my niche market kind of thing. It's in my blood. I do a lot of different styles here at the studio. That's something that I've always loved. And, the nice thing about the internet, as much as I hate it for so many things, it has opened a lot of venues for different kind of music, folk, banjo music, kazoo music, classical, whatever it is. You can find enough fans that like it to service those niche markets.
Right.
And same with radio. As much as it's, hurt big radio, all these little stations that have lots of followers, lots of listeners, have been able to survive.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true. And you're absolutely right. We're 80s kids. It's just how we grew up. But
Yeah.
you had to learn to adjust and learn to love the internet, which has been so good to us and so good to you. Because like you said, then you find people, hey, oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Let me go and buy that record, and that's how they found out about you, was through the internet.
Yeah. Now, I'm signed with Frontiers Records out of Italy,
Mm-hmm.
and they do the videos, and they do the release with Amazon, HMS, and Europe, and all that stuff. But it's still Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
Yeah.
where the word continues to grow, kind of.
Absolutely. And we had, I had a yellow telephone on the wall. So it's, we had the newspaper. That's, so
Yeah.
you can deliver information so much more quickly now, which is, a good thing and sometimes a bad thing, like you said, but we'll take the good. Now, Jolynn Turner of Deep Purple and Rainbow and Al Greenwood of Foreigner. Carl was going to line you up with those guys. That did not happen. Did you end up working with either one of them after?
Carl and I met for the first time in New Jersey. I had never met him in person, talked to him on the phone, met the manager, Brian Lane, went to the GTR show, met Steve out, but I had not met the Carl. He says, look, I got these 2 guys lined up. We might be able to start a band. I said, yeah, who? Jolynn Turner. I said, you're kidding me. Oh, I love his voice. Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, I love that song. Rainbow, right?
Yep.
Alan Greenwood, Foreigner. Come on, I love
I know.
Foreigner. I'm a huge Lou Gramm fan. So I fly there, and I'm Robert Berry. He's Carl Palmer, and we walk into the hotel. We met at the airport. We took the taxi to the hotel. We walk in, go to the front desk, and here's this black guy, and he goes, which one of you is Arnold, and which one of you is Chuck? Arnold Palmer and Chuck Berry, right?
I kind of love that.
Oh, we all laughed because he said Chuck Berry, And I said that to me. He goes, Because I'm normally white. I'm see-through. I'm so white. He went, That was really funny. That's where
Oh,
Carl and I
man.
met for the first time.
That's
Then we
funny.
went and jammed with Jolyn and Alan, and it just didn't click. There was just something. Carl was all European and a little too fancy. They were straight ahead, down to earth rock and roll, and I was somewhere in between, you know.
Yeah.
But it was still great. I mean, what a great experience. For my first experience with the world famous Carl Palmer, too. I mean, you got to realize I was going, damn, this sounds like my big break's come along here.
I mean,
I got to really step up. I got to make sure I'm ready for all this, you know?
yeah, I mean, that's just, it's crazy, really. And another connection you have is with the band Boston through your friend Gary Peel, who you worked with in Alliance in '97. And he suggested you as Boston's new drummer, but you didn't take it. And I'm like, what? Like, I get what you said, but you can tell the story. But I'm like, why wouldn't you even just, you know what? Let me just try it. Let me just do it.
You know, I don't know where you're getting your information, but you're digging deep here, girl. I'm going to have to find out. You working for the FBI and CIA or what?
Sorry.
Man, yeah, you better apologize. No,
Sorry.
I tell you what, when Alliance is in next month to do our fifth album, Gary will be coming in.
Are you
So we're
serious?
still working together. Yeah.
Oh,
but
man.
when I send songs to Gary, see, I play a lot of instruments, and I have a studio. So when I write a song, I record it. It's just the way it is.
Yep.
I do a demo. Gary evidently had played my demos for Tom Scholes. Tom Scholes liked the way I played drums on. I like the way whoever plays drums in your demos for Alliance. Get him out here. So Gary calls. I forget the first time was a ways back because my son, who's 26 now, had a little kid's drum set. He was about 8, you know, and I was practicing at home the Boston songs as a little kid's drum set. Gary, I don't know. I've never played drums in a band. Tom likes the way you play drums. You really ought to come out. He doesn't like a lot of people, you know, that play the drummers. And I said, oh, man. He goes, and you can sing those high notes, like, okay. You know, there's a super high part in Boston. I could do that. So I said, I'll try. So I practiced on the little kid's drum set.
Oh,
I've never
dear
told
Lord.
anybody that, but you, I swear.
You literally sat at a child's drum set.
I sat on because I had to do it at home because at the studio I'd be working, you know, and.
Okay, but wait a minute. Is there a picture of you doing that? Because that would be priceless.
No, there's no
Darn
pictures.
it.
No, yeah, and that drum set's gone now because
Oh.
he gave up drums. But he's
Well,
still a
you know, thank
musician,
goodness, right?
but, yeah, well, he's still a musician. He's got a little studio of his own and stuff, so he's really going for it.
Oh,
But
that's
I
cool.
practiced and practiced. And I'm like, you know what? I can do this. I can sing those high parts and play drums. Called Gary back. Well, Gary, I can do it. I said, I think you guys need a world-class drummer, not some guy that's never played drums in a band. Now, I play drums in a studio every week, but that's different.
Right.
You can stop. You can punch in record in the middle of the song. Wherever you want, you can stop. But on the stage, you can't stop.
Nope.
So I flew there. I auditioned. And the crazy thing was that Tom has the drums on this 4-foot-high drum platform. And this because he has a setup like they do on the stage.
Yep.
So it's these huge drums, this huge drum platform, and the whole band comes in and pulls out their chairs and they sit down. And I don't know if you ever remember, you know, the first day of school in a new classroom or a new school where
yeah.
you don't really know anybody and you walk in and it's just uncomfortable at first, right? So here I am, 4 feet in the air in this big drum set and everybody's sitting on chairs. So I'm like 8 feet above them, right?
Oh, no.
And we started playing and Tom's amp burned out in the middle of the first song and he grabbed it and he threw it. And Brad Delp was alive then, said, hey, man, come in the kitchen. He goes, sits me down, gets me a coffee. He goes, when that happens, you just have to get out of the room. Tom's really touchy about the equipment because he designs his own equipment. So it makes him really mad when it doesn't work. I said, okay. I'm like wide-eyed going, what the hell? And Gary, who's a genius, is in there fixing it because he knows how to build amplifiers.
Oh, my
Gets
gosh.
it fixed. I go back in, I play some songs. And afterwards, Tom goes, well, you did okay. I said, Tom, honestly, I'm here because you wanted me here. And Gary said, yeah, you should do it. But you need a world-class drummer. Come on. I mean, I could probably do this, and I wouldn't embarrass you, but I'm not a world-class drummer. You know, you guys deserve a John Bonham, whoever, some big time drummer, and which they decided they did too. But that was my first experience. Evidently, I did pretty good because he called me then, like, maybe 8 years ago, 10 years ago. I'm so bad with time because I'm always looking to tomorrow. Like I said, what am I going to do tomorrow to be successful? But he called again and says, hey, Tom did like that audition you did. He wants you to come back. I said, oh, Gary. No, I didn't. I couldn't cut it before. Why? You cut it. He says you cut it before. Just they thought they had this other guy, Curly, who was an amazing drummer, that already knew the song, so they thought that'd be a safe way to go. Okay, I'll come out.
So you went again.
And, it was the same thing. I said, I can do it. In fact, we did Smokin' first. Tom came in. The three of us played Smokin'. I was saying, Smokin', the high vocal. I'm trying to do. And he goes, hey, Tootsie, goes, that was good. Thumbs up, right? I'm going, oh, geez. I said, I can do it, Tom, but really, you guys need a world-class, come on. You've had some of the greatest drummers. And he says, well, we have to go out in 3 weeks. The tour dates have moved up. I said, there's no way I could be ready. I have to eat, live, and breathe for 8 weeks to be really ready. So he said, okay, well, we'll get somebody else. But I did it again,
Jeez, you went back for a second time.
Well, it's such an honor because Tom Scholz is a genius.
Oh, yeah.
He made that Boston sound all by himself. He brought that thing together.
In his basement.
He controls everything. It's like a badge of honor. And I just couldn't say no. I should have. But Gary says, no, you got to come out again. He really liked the first audition, 10 years ago. Okay.
And what did Gary say to you after?
Gary said, I said, Gary, I know you guys do better. He goes, well, you're not the worst drummer we've had, and you're not the best.
Well, all right. Well, at least he was honest. Okay. And you did only have 3 weeks. Yeah. So I get it.
You need the best. Come on, exactly. I can do it, but why settle for that?
But dang, you had a second go around to be in Boston. That's insane.
Isn't that something? Yeah.
It is just great. And I got to tell you, Ambrosia, I'm driving my husband. I've been driving him nuts the past several months with Ambrosia music. That's all I listen to, literally every day.
Oh, wow.
And you were in Ambrosia. So what felt right about you? You're going from prog rock and then you're auditioning for Boston twice. And then you go to Ambrosia, which is like a yacht rock band, really. Now that's, kind of what their sound is. So
that's the one piece that most people miss with Ambrosia is when they started. Because Hush opened quite a few shows for Ambrosia in the old days.
Oh, wow.
They had a song called Life Beyond L.A., which was progressive. They had Somewhere I Never Traveled that was progressive. They had even Holding On to Yesterday was in that time. They were a sort of progressive band, and they were the band for Alan Parsons' The Raven, that album, that first one he did.
No kidding.
Yes, they were the backup band. So they were like a Pink Floyd kind of progressive band.
Wow.
So what they wanted me to join, or they wanted me to sing with them to try it out, first of all, because a friend of theirs said what I had done. I had never done the Blue-Eyed Soul stuff before. But as in Boston, smoking, I can sing that high stuff, right? So, make a wish, baby.
Oh, my God.
I went, wait a minute, I can do that. Now we'll make it come true. I can do that voice. I went, wait a minute, I can sing up there. So I joined. They gave me a week to get ready for the first show. I only had 6 songs to sing. It was a 3-hour drive from here to there. Well, I'll meet you there. So, okay. No rehearsals, okay. And I went in, and I just loved it. Did the couple progressive songs. Did Biggest Part of Me. Did She's the Only Woman, or You're the Only Woman. I forget what it is now. Holding On to Yesterday. And I loved it. And I've never been in a better band, better guys in my life. It was just everybody was so good. And 2 years later, I still couldn't get them to do a new album and write any songs and really put myself on the map. And I was doing like 2 gigs a month. So in between, we'd fly to Chicago and wherever, 2 gigs on the East Coast. Then I'd fly home and work. So for those 3 weeks, I had to keep my voice in really good shape. I couldn't get sick. I had to sing the songs. They were so high, and it took so much effort to stay healthy for that. that finally I just said, guys, I can't hang with this anymore. It's just, it's too hard. Without a new album, there's no reason for me to do it. I don't want to just sing hits like I'm a tribute band,
Yeah.
So, I hate to say this, but my artist here, Rudy, is waiting for us because they told me this would be 10 minutes, and you know everything. I've been talking to you so long. I'm not sure if I can keep going much longer.
Can I just ask you a couple more things, and I'll
Oh, yeah,
leave you
sure.
alone. I'll let you
No,
back to your life. Listen, we have the same
Whatever.
birthday, so we like to talk, right?
There you go.
Greg
Yeah,
Kinn.
go ahead.
Tell us about Greg Kinn, working with him. I mean, he's awesome. 80s Greg, big stuff, Jeopardy. I mean, how is it, working with him?
I will tell you, not only do we have the same birthday, you and me, but every Thursday from 11 to 2:30, 3 o'clock, Greg Kinn is in and we write and we work toward the next album. And he was in this morning.
Oh,
We got a couple songs, so we're working on a few, finishing them up because it'd be a release in about 4 months of some new singles. And he is fantastic. What was nice for me, the music is super easy. It's all based on the rhythm. His son is a fantastic guitar player, took lessons from Joe Satriani.
wow.
And it's just easy, and the songs are good. I just love doing it because I don't have to think so much. Most of the music I'm doing is really, it's hard, and it takes a lot of rehearsal and a lot of, like with Ambrosia, to keep the muscles of the voice and everything else going.
Right.
With Greg, it's just like having a party. Like playing the ZZ Top, let's just have fun.
Now, are you
So
guys
he's
going to
been-
be going out, or?
Yes, we're right now working on new gigs, and actually the first one came in was in Buffalo in October or something. They go, okay, well, get us some more gigs around there, and we'll fly out and do them.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully you come over here to, near Rhode Island, and we can meet up. That would be really cool. Now, tell everybody where we can get 3.2. The rules have changed.
Well, the rules have changed, and Third Impression, which is the last. There's 3 albums to the 3 name, even though the second 2 are under the 3.2 name. They're on Amazon. You can get them directly from Frontiers, which is in Italy, if you want an import. And you can check that all on my website. Just go to robertberry.com, and everything's on there. I'm not a good salesman. I'm all about the music, but there's T-shirts for it. There's vinyl, which I got the rights back from the company to do vinyl because
Nice.
this project is so important to me that I really wanted to have albums, 12-inch albums. So that's on the website, too. If they like 12-inch vinyl, I'm selling them cheap. I don't make money. They're $25, where people are selling vinyl for $45 usually,
Yep.
And I just had to do it all, and it's happening.
Well, that is awesome. Again, hopefully, everybody keep track of Robert, robertberry.com, Greg Kinn, I think gregkinn.com too, see when they're going out, when Robert's going to go out, his music and everything. Happy anniversary to you and your wife. And we
Thank you.
appreciate you sharing some really awesome stories with us. And guys, you can follow Robert on Instagram at Berry Songs. And again, robertberry.com. And best of luck to you, your new album, everything you're doing. And every year you celebrate your birthday. You can just imagine me going, hey, it's my birthday too.
I'm going to think of you. And also when I see the CIA on TV is researching and getting into people's business, I'm going to say, I wonder if I'm going to see Kiki.
Well. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad. I mean, I do a lot of research, so I'm glad. It was great talking to you, and I appreciate your time, and everyone else does too. And best of luck with everything. Well, we are looking forward to it. Thank you, Robert. Okay, night. Guys, hope you like that. Oh, that was so cool. Oh, he's a cool dude. I knew he would be cool. I knew Robert Berry would be cool. I just knew it. I just knew. I said, because we got the same birthday. So, yeah. Oh, man. And, of course, Al's like, wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up. Oh, my gosh. He's so funny. So, hopefully you like that. Oh, it's hot in here. Oh, my God. Hold on one second. Should I turn on the air? I don't know. I think it'll be too loud. Whew. So who's still hanging with me here? Who is still here in the house? Oh, let me say a quick thing here. I would talk to anybody for 10 minutes. That's so funny. Like ever. I'll talk to him later. Okay. John Iverson is in the house. Is Susie Q there? Are you in the garage, John? Listening, or are you inside? Hopefully you're outside. John does some awesome things in his yard. His yard looks absolutely beautiful. I wish my yard could look like John's yard or my best friend Michelle's yard. Thank you, Mark. Like, cool guy, right? I mean, you know, stuff. I just love hearing about new things, right? And I do like digging, but yeah. So that was cool. That was really cool. I'm so shiny. Why am I shiny? Greg Kin. Our love's in jeopardy. Ready? Baby, come on, everybody. Ooh. I talked to him, oh my gosh. I think it's going on 4 or 5 years ago. I talked to Greg Kin, but that would be kind of fun to talk to him again. What do you guys think? Should I try and talk to Greg? And Gary Peel of Boston, dude, I gotta talk to him, because you know why? We saw Boston a few years ago at TD Garden. Was it TD Garden? Yeah, it was at TD Garden. Joan Jett opened for them. And I remember Gary Peel was right there, and I mean, iconic. You just, like, hi. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. Whew! It's getting warm in here already. And it's not even warm outside. Why am I so shiny? Jeez. Holy moly. Well, damn, I need another drink in a minute. Gina! All right, Gina, tell everybody what your first REO show is going to be, where it is going to be. Is it going to be in Baltimore? Mark, where are you going? Baltimore to see Styx and REO? I just spit. Did you guys even see that? I hope not, because that's disgusting and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to spit. It just came out. Is what it is. Oh. That was fun. That was really fun. Yeah. Next week we got a good one. I don't know when we're announcing that. Before the show's over.
Yeah. Kiki.
I didn't want to yell.
No,
I like really wanted to,
right,
but I didn't, because I'm trying to
what
be
a cool dude he is.
right. I knew it because we have the same birthday, so I knew he was going to be cool.
Really, really.
No, I totally knew that.
It is-
I'm like, dude.
And all the equipment you were talking about, I could identify with all that equipment because I'm a nerd.
I know.
It was like.
What'd you think about the Vox, though?
Oh God.
Were you like freaking out?
Yeah, I was blown away. I never knew that. I mean, there's things that I don't know half the time when you do these interviews with people. I don't know what the hell's going on.
No.
And when I hear them, I go like, "What the hell? These people are like, they love the same thing that I do."
That's why I don't tell you anything.
No, but they just like I can identify with them because I'm such a nerd.
Yeah.
You know, and What a nice guy. Really,
What a wicked nice guy.
wicked nice guy.
Wicked nice. I love when people are
Yeah.
well, everybody's been nice. Let's face facts.
Yeah,
I
and
mean, we've had really nice people.
And I get a kick out of him. I thought I was only going to be 10 minutes.
I'm like, I don't talk to anybody for 10 minutes. Like I work for,
I know that, but
Days.
I called him and he said, "Okay, I got 10 minutes," and I didn't.
No,
say
he didn't.
Yeah, and I didn't say anything because I'm not good. And I forgot to
You
tell you.
did not.
I forgot to tell you.
I would Oh my
and
God.
He said I got 10 minutes because I got a guy in the studio and I says, "Oh, okay," and then I forgot to tell you. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Well, he didn't
No.
he didn't seem sad
No, you didn't seem sad at all.
to talk.
He's going to hire the CIA and the FBI to research Kiki.fm. That's good stuff, man. I mean, the stories that he gave us.
It was great. That was a
It
good
was
one.
great.
Yeah.
The Boston stuff. Oh my God! And his voice. He did a thing with Cher, like a show. Or
I'm
something. Like what?
hi.
If he only knew how much you like Cher.
Hi.
Hi-
Cher. I
Cher.
wanted to dig deeper into that, but he didn't want to
No,
go there. I
no,
could feel it. And
no,
I'm
it's
like,
fine.
oh, it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
It's
fine.
okay. But I really wanted to know about Cher.
But and him practicing on his kid's drum set.
That is
Be-
ridiculous.
Before he
I
played with the
did
Boston.
I did read that.
Really?
I did read
Oh,
about
my
that, and I'm like,
God.
oh my gosh, who does that? And then you
Right.
go and play in a professional drum set. You go from a little teeny tiny one to a big one.
Right. And he just shared on the social media is his wedding anniversary.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And his wife helps him with stuff too, doesn't she?
Does she? I don't know.
I don't know.
I couldn't. I was going to ask other questions.
Right. But he only had 10 minutes.
But he only had 10 minutes an hour later.
An hour later.
You know, we're still chatting.
The guy is he didn't care. He knew he had like a 10-minute.
I didn't know it was 10 minutes.
10 minutes, and I'm listening to him. I says, and I said, then I remembered like halfway through. I says, oh, I was supposed to tell you.
How many times did you text me saying wrap it up? How many times? Let's take a look.
Once.
No.
Once.
All right, let's see. Hold
No,
on.
don't talk about that right
Wait a
now.
minute.
It's not important, Kiki.
Oh no, it's
No,
you only,
it's not
you only did
important.
it once.
I only did it once.
You usually do it
Hey,
a lot.
because he says he had to wrap it up. He had people in his studio, and
Oh, well.
and they're probably paying for time to be in his studio. But this way he can make extra money.
There you go. Charge overtime. See, I
Overtime.
helped him.
You're right.
I helped him make more money.
But talking about all the people who big in the music industry business and the it was really good stuff.
Yeah.
It was really, really good stuff.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, you just wanted to hear the biggest part of me, but whatever.
I did.
You've been driving me crazy with
Oh,
this
my
stuff for the
God.
last 2 months.
I know. Have I not been driving you
Ah,
nuts
that's
with the
fine.
Ambrosia music?
That's
Oh
fine.
my God. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. So
That's how much I
okay, so
feel.
Kelly and Monica seeing the Steve Legere concert tonight, right?
Yes.
And hopefully, I think
Where are they?
I had no idea, Kiki. I did.
Oh, come on.
Kiki, I have so much stuff.
You said you were going to let me know.
Kiki, I don't know, and don't ask me.
I just did,
I know
though.
it was raining where they were. I think they're in Florida. I don't. Maybe they're in Buffalo. I don't know. Maybe I'll call her. I don't. No, the concert's already started. She's not going to answer.
Yeah, no, she's not going to. You
She-
can't do that.
No, I can't.
You
do
can't
that.
do that.
Because Steve Legere's probably on stage right now singing separate ways.
How
Right?
do you know? You don't
Because
know.
the first
oh,
song-
Roberta said it's Florida.
Decca, thank you,
So
Roberta.
guess what? It
Oh, my
probably
God.
stopped raining then. So it probably rained, like I said,
So-
for 30 seconds, and then it's done.
So Kiki, say you're sorry, Al. Say you're sorry,
I'm
Al.
sorry for what?
Because I said it was Florida, so you should know. I
Hey,
said
Peter,
it 3 times.
I thought he was going to be in Buffalo. I don't
What do
know.
you think he's in Buffalo for?
Because
He was
I-
in North Dakota last
I
week.
don't know what's
What the
going
hell are you
on.
doing in Buffalo?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
my
don't know
God.
everybody's
Oh,
schedule. I don't
God,
even know
jeez.
my own schedule.
Oh my God! Oh, whatever schedule.
They're in Florida. How nice is that?
I don't know. But
Must be hot.
Hi. Well, it was
I
raining.
love hot. I'd rather be hot
Oh my God.
than not.
So you want to tell everybody who's going to be on next week? You want
Yes. What do you want to do? Do you want to tell him now or?
Yeah, no, let's tell them now.
Okay.
So
right.
before you start,
Sure.
okay,
Sure.
Kiki's going to announce who she's going to have on the show live next week, and I want everybody to turn up the radios right now, turn up the computers, turn up your phones, turn up your Alexas or whatever. This is a secret between you and I and Kiki and just you, the listening audience. I don't want anybody to know this person's going to be on Kiki.fm next week.
Why? Then why are we announcing?
Because it's a secret between us and all of our listeners.
Oh, okay.
So Thursday, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, this person's going to be on with Kiki. Who is it?
Roger Earl from Foghat.
Who?
Roger Earl from Foghat.
The drummer?
The drummer
Really?
of Foghat.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's going to be live with you next week?
And he has such a great accent.
Yes.
He does.
And not only that, Kiki,
What?
we're going to be premiering some great songs on here
Nice.
on Kiki.fm. It's from their new album, which we're going to tell you about during the week.
Peter Baker's like, really? Yep.
I'm going to tell you during the week how you can order your album, okay? It's Foghat. The album is entitled 8 Days on the Road. 8 Days on the Road. And it was recorded in whose house?
Daryl's house.
Daryl who?
Hall.
Daryl Hall's house. So
I want to go to Daryl's house.
So Foghat
like his real house, though.
releasing a new album, and your chance to order it, we'll tell you on Kiki.fm this weekend. This weekend and then all through the week. We'll put it on our platforms and how you can order it
Yes.
and be the first to get it and everything else. But we're going to be premiering some of those songs from their album on Kiki.fm next week. And the guy's name is what again?
Roger Earl, drummer of Foghat.
He's going to be on next week. So how cool.
And let me tell you, he is such a
Cool.
cool guy.
Sorry about that.
Great drummer.
Oh, my God.
Cool dude.
Really cool dude.
Yeah.
So he's going to, he's very excited about being on the radio with you. He really is.
He doesn't remember me.
Yes, he does.
Doesn't remember me.
Oh, my God. And his wife, Linda, is such a great lady.
She's a sweetheart.
Oh, my God. I love her.
Yep. So it'll be good.
So
It'll be good. A good way to kick off our vacation, our summer vacation.
right.
Yeah.
Which is really, I think is. What do you mean kick off our summer vacation?
Well,
What do you
because
do?
we're not going to be on the month of July. We've already talked
No,
about
you don't
it.
have to tell people that on the radio now.
Why?
Because that's between you and I.
No, so you already told people.
No,
You already told people
yeah,
you're taking a vacation.
I tell people that, and you don't tell people that on the
Okay.
radio on
All
Thursday.
right.
Thursday.
All right.
When are we taking a vacation again?
The whole month of July.
No. Really?
Yeah, I'm allowing you to take Thursdays off in July. Because it's going to be too hot. Like, look how shiny I am right now. It's hot in here.
We're not going to play like the best of? No.
I mean, that's up to you.
No,
You want to put that stuff together. That's all on you, kid.
No, I'm not going
I'm
to do that.
I don't have time. I got a lot going on. And I'm gonna be lining up. Well, I have a lot of interviews lined up
Oh, my
throughout the
God.
summer.
So exhausted.
So not gonna be live, but I'll be able to bring them to you.
But the
through
best
YouTube.
thing about it is that on Thursday next week, you're going to be talking to, what's his name again? Roger Earl, right?
Roger Earl.
Well, I always think of, I don't know. I always mix up.
Think of who? Carl who?
I don't know. Whatever.
What Carl?
What's his name? Roger Earl? He's a drummer from Foghat.
Yes.
But on Friday, we're going to do little splashes of Foghat music.
Nice.
And we're going to entitle it right here. Now, anybody listening, don't tell anybody. On Friday, we're going to call it Foghat Friday. Now, what's that mean? I don't know. But we're going to play some old Foghat, and we're going to be playing some new releases from the new album, 8 Days on the Road from Foghat. And we'll tell you how you can get a chance to purchase it from the Foghat group. And it's going to
The
be cool.
Foghat group.
Well, you know what.
They probably don't even know they're a group.
They do know
They're like
they
the
group.
Foghat Group Limited, LTD.
Remember that was a big. There was a store actually, I think a men's store called LTD in Rhode Island.
Island Mall.
It was like a men's store. Remember Chess King? Who remembers Chess King? Oh my gosh,
That was a store.
Anybody
That was a
doesn't-
men's
but
store.
Anybody that doesn't live in Rhode Island doesn't know what you're talking about.
No, Chess King, I think was like a.
No,
that was a franchise.
No, I know about
yeah.
Chess. I know about Chess Queen, but not
No,
Chess King.
Chess King was
No.
a store,
Oh, my
and I
God.
remember the clothes weren't the greatest, but
God.
like the quality wasn't that good. But it was a very popular store.
Right.
There were always lines, Florsheim shoes.
remember Florsheim? Yeah. Remember that? Yeah. Peter. Chess King was a thing. I need another drink because it's hot in here. Hold on, I'm right here. Yes, Chess King was very popular in the 80s. And I think it was popular everywhere, not just here in Rhode Island. It was popular all over the place. It was a good, it was a good popular store. What did I care about Chess King? Just the cute guys that went in there, right? But I didn't shop there because I was a girl. I still am a girl. I'm just saying. So what's everybody doing this summer? Anybody going away? I know Mark's going to Pennsylvania to see REO Speedwagon and Styx. What a good show that is going to be. That is going to be awesome. Off-brand clothing. Yeah, I just remember it being like they had the skinny ties and they had a lot of maroon. I'm feeling like a lot of, not even purple. It was maroon color. Yeah, like I just feel like that. I'm not feeling plaids really. It was just very like gray and maroon. Like it was just very 80s. You know, the straight pink. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I remember. My brother shopped at Chess King. He did that. What else? But I think LTD was a store. I'm not sure. Lots of purple. Purple was a big color for guys, you know? Not pink, purple. Right? It was just an 80s thing. What was another? Oh my God, Fredericks of Hollywood. Who remembers that? So I was a kid, okay? But I was always fascinated with the mannequins with the sheer nighties on in the window. And I'm like, oh, what is that? Like, I'm like, that's not good. But it was a thing. That was a big thing. Spencer's. We've talked about this before. But I loved Spencer's. The velvet posters with the black light. I always bought the black light bulb. You have tickets to 8 REO concerts, all front row. Stay tuned. Oh my God, we cannot wait to talk to you. So when is the first one, Gina? Because you have to update us if we're not on vacation. You have to update us. We need to know because that is going to be so fun for you. So fun for us to live through you. 8 concerts. Are you going to the Pennsylvania one with Styx? Because Mark's going to be there. That'd be funny if you guys met. If you're going to that one, I don't know. Are you going like to any out of the country? Or are they all in the United States? That's what I want to know. July 16th, 25th, 30th, 31st. Holy macaroni! Are they all in different places? Are you just taking a week off? A couple weeks off, really? To go see REO? Oh my God. That is so cool. Girl, good for you. Live your life, man. Live your life. It is cool, Mark. That is, dang. All I can say is, good for you. I got 2 kids getting married. 4 different states. Wow. So are you flying, driving? What are you doing? How are you getting there? Oh, on the air. So fun. Well, our friend Kelly is seeing Steve O'Jerry right now. Did I yell?
I didn't yell, did I? I'm trying to be very calm, like really super de-duper calm, so I don't break anything again, because that was bad. You were so mad at me. You broke everything. Like I broke the whole studio last week. It's fixed now, but you were very angry. But you were very nice about it, kind of.
So did the interview go off okay last week?
It did. I don't know what you did, dude, but I still broke stuff.
The talk with Lee Evans and John Payne and all the other people and Marianne out there in North Dakota.
Yeah, it was awesome. That was so fun.
They were so lonely. And
they weren't lonely.
They're the Hickville of the country.
Oh, my, don't say that. Say you're sorry.
No, it's beautiful Hickville. I love North Dakota.
I
You ever been to North Dakota?
I have not.
Well,
I don't go anywhere.
Well, you know,
you keep me locked in the
maybe
studio.
someday I'll take you to North Dakota and South Dakota.
I want to go see John Payne, Steve O'Gerry, Lou Graham, and John
Yeah.
Waite.
Oh, guys, stop it.
And John Waite.
So you're telling people we're taking the whole month of July off, and you shouldn't be saying that on the radio because
We already did, though.
No. I
Talked about it last week.
I say that in the morning and stuff. I said it a little bit last week, but I don't. But you don't say stuff like that because people say, they have to, I don't want to listen. But Muttering Mark is all upset now.
Why?
Because he wants to know when he gets his review.
Oh.
And he wants to make sure that he gets his review before July 1st.
We should do a FaceTime with him.
No, we're not doing no FaceTime. We're doing it on the radio. We're doing it on the radio.
No, we
I
should
don't
do a
wanna-
FaceTime.
No, I'm not doing FaceTime.
Yeah, it would just be fun.
No, I'm not doing FaceTime.
We'll do a Zoom call.
No Zoom.
And then I
hate
can
Zoom.
record it.
No, well, that's fine. You can do whatever you want.
Of course I can. Of course I can do what I want.
Oh my God, FaceTime.
I mean, what do I do? What do I do in my life?
You.
Right. Thank you. I work.
That's right. So
7 days a
So
week.
next week, Thursday, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, the drummer of Foghat, the legendary Roger Earl, is going to be here live on the air on Kiki.fm. That's going to be awesome.
It's going to be fun.
So
It's going to be fun.
And the day after Thursday is Friday, and we're entitling it. All this work, Foghat Friday.
Well, you do these things to your own self.
But it's fine because how many people love Foghat? Raise your hand. Look at all the people sitting down.
It's insane.
Look at all the people drinking right now. Say, hey, I love Foghat. Who's Foghat? No.
Listen, that Foghat show we went to
Oh my God.
was the people like all
Insane.
right. So they were with They opened for Grand Funk.
Yeah.
Grand Funk should have opened for them.
dude.
God love Grand Funk.
Right.
I love me Grand Funk.
Right.
Don't get me wrong,
Hey,
man.
You met
Bruce Kulick.
You met Bruce Kulick backstage.
Do not
Yeah.
get me wrong.
No,
Okay.
They were great.
I love Grand Funk.
And the drummer for Grand Funk was awesome.
But let's talk
My
about
God.
Foghat for a second.
Yeah, but as I
The people
were nuts.
were
Nuts.
insane when
Now-
they were on
now,
stage.
I said this on the radio
Insane.
last week that I've never been a big fan of Foghat, but I've always liked them. That night, I went, what is happening? The excitement, the energy.
Yeah.
I
know.
We've been very fortunate to see a lot of groups in concert, but Foghat put so. I mean, their fans are through the roof, and
They brought the house
and
down.
They weren't even stoned. They weren't even drunk. They were just sober as sober could be. But they were happy than pigs and poop.
Yeah.
And you know what? I walked away that night with my slow ride Trojans, and I was happy than a pig and poop.
Oh my
That was
God.
great.
And Ario Gina is here. She
Oh my
has
God.
8 shows in July
8 shows.
lined up to go see Ario Speedwagon, all front
Oh
row.
God, here we go.
Yeah.
That means they're gonna put an REO Speedwagon.
Good for her, though. Good for her.
Oh God. So how many shows you gonna go see your REO Speedwagon?
8 in July.
What?
8.
I think
4
you-
different states.
Don't you get tired of the same old songs over and over again?
Apparently not.
No, I mean just
Apparently not.
that's great. You know, Gina is such a fortunate woman, and it's good to see live shows coming back on stage. again.
Thank goodness.
6, Florida, Foghat,
I gotta
know?
scrape up some money and go see something.
right? And Lollapalooza, but we're not going to that. And neither is Kurt Andrews, but I was. But it just,
Oh, Lollapalooza?
no!
All right, so they're selling one-day passes now.
because they weren't selling the other ones, and you were talking about that weeks ago.
But here's the thing: even with the one-day pass, I won't
Yeah.
go for the simple reason
Why?
is that it's general admission. Even
Oh,
if you pay
screw
more money,
Right.
you don't get a seat.
Don't get to see what the hell. What are you?
You
I,
like-
I gotta sit down. I'm not gonna. I gotta sit down. Once I can stand up for some, but I don't require much. But I have to be in the front row because I'm older and I have a hard time seeing. So I got to be close to the stage. And you can
So
get-
like I don't even know how that works. I was looking it up and I'm trying to figure it out, but
Yeah.
it seems like it's very loosey goosey.
No, loosey goosey this.
Like you're not
Yeah.
given a seat number.
Right.
Like you have to like
Right.
I don't know. And the VIP even, I don't even think you get and those are pricey, kids. Those are like
Yeah.
$3,200 a ticket.
So I don't know if you know this, Key. Are there any meet and greets anymore? I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Yep, I think
Good.
REO and
Yeah.
Styx are doing them. I believe
Good.
Kiss is still doing them because
Great.
Gene Simmons is getting like $1,000 a pop just for a
Oh,
meet
you
and
can, you
greet.
can shake my hand for $1,000. You can kiss my hand for $2,000. Oh, my
And
God.
Gina said that REO has a brand new set list this year.
Really?
Yep.
What do you mean new set list?
Well, I guess that maybe they're throwing in some new music.
Nah,
I don't
nobody
know.
wants to hear the new music. I'm not say REO's good, right?
REO's great.
But when these groups do one song, maybe two, but other than that, people want to hear the old stuff, man. Because you sit there, you're polite. Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's time to go get a beer. Okay, that was a great guitar solo. Oh, okay. Oh, this is great. This guy, I love this song. But, the new music's fine, but I mean, whatever. People want to hear.
Well, Journey's releasing new music and people are pretty pumped about it. So,
Well, they're just pumped to get out of the house, right? I don't know.
I mean,
right.
there's that too. I mean, I want to get out of the house.
Why am I hot all of a sudden?
I'm in the studio, right? I'm
Yeah.
here all the time.
Right. No, I'm hot. Why?
You did take me out Sunday though, which was nice.
Yeah, where are we going Sunday?
We went to Jamestown. That was fun.
Oh, my God. Do we have a good time or what?
We had a really good time.
We had a great time.
We
Saw
had a
all kinds
really
of
good
people
time.
down there.
Yeah.
It was great. The people in Jamestown, Rhode Island, if you not get an opportunity to visit Jamestown, Rhode Island on your vacation list or your summer list, take a drive down there. It's right near Newport. You can go to Newport, but whatever. But Beaver Tail's nice. The streets are nice in Jamestown. The restaurants are nice. And the people are really nice, too.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Like we were just talking to strangers. We were just talking to strangers.
We had some
and
great times last Sunday, didn't we? It
was like, wow.
We had some epic times.
We had a
The
lot of information we had to
people
swallow.
we talked to, people we met, people we've known for a while, and we actually ran into Tony the Oyster Guy and his wife, very nice people, and all the people in Jamestown. If you get a chance to visit Jamestown, please do. If you want to know more about Jamestown, where to go and what to do down there, you can visit.
Just reach out to Kickin' Al.
No, you reach out to jamestownpress.com.
Oh, yeah.
That's jamestownpress.com.
JamestownPress.com.
They're online. They have a newspaper, but they give you everything that's going on. They had
Everything.
the big sailboat race off the coast of Jamestown last
The
week.
regatta.
And it's absolutely amazing.
Is it the regatta?
I don't know.
That sounds like
There's
regatta.
a bunch of sail. We actually saw them when we were at the Beaver Tail last
I put
week.
that in lasagna.
And
Regatta cheese.
And we saw all these sailboats out there, and I know what the hell is going on. The fire department was doing exercise and everything else. But
They were.
But we went to the
kinda crazy.
Jamestown Beaver Tail Lighthouse. Great. Oh my God! You got to go to the Beaver Tail Lighthouse. It's open on weekends now. It's been closed for 2 years because of the virus. It's really cool, isn't it, Kiki?
It was very nice.
Oh, it's very nice.
I wouldn't climb it though.
Well, I don't think it was open.
I'm not doing that.
Well, I'm gonna.
You
climb.
want to do it? You go do it.
I'm
I'm not
do it.
doing
I'm
that.
gonna
It's too high
climb.
up for me.
What?
Too high up for me.
No, I gotta do it.
I get nervous.
So
I don't like heights at all. Eight. So funny. Oh my goodness, kids. My goodness. What's everybody doing this weekend? Hopefully it's it's gonna be beautiful here anyway, from what we understand. It's gonna be like 82. Okay. People are crazy. That's all I can say. Anyway, it's gonna be like 82 degrees. Got a couple more weeks of yard sales we're getting in, and then we're taking off the month of July too, because normally there's normally not a lot of sales in the summertime, you know. All right, I'm gonna try going on Facebook again. Al said, so let's see. Oh my God, these things he puts in here. Ah! I'm like knocking things over. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can. I mean, it worked before, so I don't know why it didn't work. I'm really close. Sorry. Let's see. Let's see. Live video. Heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who. I
I always like want to mix that one up. Heard it from a friend who. All right, am I live? I don't know. Oh, there we go. Am I live now? All right, let's see. Let's see if this works. All right, Al, tell me if this works, or somebody tell me if Facebook is working now. I don't know. I like it sounded fine to me when I played it back, so I don't get it. I'm confused. I just don't get it. I don't know what happened with Facebook. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know. I just don't know. Fatima, hi, how are you? I hope it's working. Can you hear me, Fatima? Can you just let me know if I'm speaking normally, if you can hear me? Bad audio again? But when I play it back, it's fine. Something's wrong. This is weird. All right. All right, guys, I'm going back on YouTube at Kiki Classic Rock. Sorry, I guess the audio is bad here on Facebook, which is strange because when I play it back, it's fine. Can you guys hear me or no? Yeah, see, I don't think it's good. All right. Yep, everybody's leaving because the audio is bad. Okay, but okay, bye. So let me see. I'm playing it back.
Al, tell me if this works.
It sounds
Tell
fine.
me if Facebook is working now. I don't know.
All right, we're gonna make it public. You know why? Because I gotta hear it.
So I don't get it.
I'm gonna share it because I don't understand. Let's see. Heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from another. You've been messing around. I don't believe it, not for a minute. Under the gun, so you take it on the run. Heard it from my friends who, come on now. Heard it from a friend who heard it from another. You've been messing around. Happy Thursday, and Mara. Like, listen, that is a song. Heard it from a friend who, like, he told him, she's messing around, kid. Like, you gotta get another girl. Because you know what? That girl's bad. Bad news. Bad news, like the bad news bears. That's not right. It's not right. I am excited about having Roger Earl on. You know why? Because he's awesome. Oh, who are you calling? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh my God, I don't know who it is. Are they going to answer? Probably not. Well, that was great. How you doing that? And they're not even answering your call. Oh my God. Well, that was really fun. High reality is an illusion. Yeah. Right. Right. Now, are you doing that on Fog Hat Friday? All right, but you're playing some new stuff on Thursday when Roger Earl from Fog Hat is on. All right, good. I just want to make sure. I'm playing with my hair. You know why? It's so long. Like, it's hitting the back of my back. It just did. So it's really long. I'm sorry. Roger Earl has long hair. Did you know that? He has a ponytail. Okay. Oh my God. Did he have a cake? How do you know he had a cake? That's so friggin' cute. Oh. Dude. Happy birthday. When was his birthday? Robert Berry. And then, all right, so this is what you did. Before he came on the air, you called him Robert Perry. And then Mary Mendoza was on. Tell Al to play Steve Perry. So I said, oh, up next, Robert Perry. And I'm like, I just did what Al did because Mary said Steve Perry. Oh, push the button now, Roberta said. Push the button.
So Mary she's listening. She's down near Mexico tonight. That's where she's at. So down in Texas, right?
Well, she's probably watching Grey's Anatomy right now.
Right.
Yeah, in Texas.
Oh God, I'm so hot.
Did you push the button?
Kiki?
What?
Stop asking me these questions.
Roberta said to do it.
Roberta says to do a lot of things. And Roberta's probably had 3 glasses of wine
Oh,
already.
so what?
Stop telling me the same thing every week. The Dutch says do this, do that, do this, do
Anne
that.
Marie said hi, and Roberta said, thank you, Al. So just stop whining.
Who's Anne Marie?
Anne Marie,
Who's Anne Marie?
our friend from North Carolina.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding.
Anne Marie's here?
Anne Marie's here.
Oh, at least somebody cares about me.
Oh, my God.
Anne Marie wouldn't tell me to push my buttons.
Yes, she would.
What?
She would tell you.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Mark would tell you too.
Yeah, but I'm so hot in my studio tonight. Well, like,
It is
why?
hot. It is toasty. Like
Why?
I am so shiny.
Right.
Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Right. So you can turn the air conditioning on.
No,
in
it's
your
too
studio.
loud though, hon.
No, you're not going to hear it. You have.
Oh, you hear that? Wait, listen, ready?
No, go over there, turn it on, and then come back to your microphone. So
All right,
Kiki,
ready?
All right. Kiki, don't wait. So Kiki is walking to the other side of her studio. We have an air conditioner, and we don't have central air in our studio there. And there's a central air in here, but I don't have it on.
Oh, I can't do it. You know why?
Because it's not plugged in.
It's not plugged in.
Well, plug it in.
No, here's the
Oh,
problem.
the light. Okay.
Good
all right.
thing,
Yeah,
because then I wouldn't be able to turn the light on. Yeah, we can't.
Then we have a technical problem. Then I get mad again, and then I'd be like, off
Yeah,
my
we
rock,
can't.
off my rocker, and then Roberta say, Al, turn it on.
He gets so mad.
Turn it off, and you get feedback. Oh my God, Al, don't you know what you're doing? That's fine. So I hope everybody's enjoying the classic rock music that we're playing here. We got.
I hope so.
July 4th is coming up real soon.
Why'd you say it like that? You went,
Why?
What
are you making fun of me
So
for?
you just did. You went, coming up.
What the hell? You lucky?
You totally did.
You're lucky I still can talk, right?
Why? Why am I lucky you still can talk? How is that lucky?
What, you want not be able to talk anymore?
No.
You want me to do a sign language? thing,
No,
Kiki?
I'm kidding.
How would that radio show go? Huh? It'd be Kiki. you
Well,
know?
but then I would have you sitting next to me,
no, but
and then
you'd
people
say,
could see you.
No, I'm not doing that. No.
Do you see what I
Because
mean?
radio,
See what I deal with?
Radio is a sense of the imagination.
Well, they're not imagining me. I'm right here.
But they imagine things and what I look like right now. Do I have pants on? I don't have pants
Probably
on.
not.
Who cares?
Probably not
But
have
you know
pants
what?
on.
It's all in the sound.
Yeah.
If I sound like Barry White, you can visualize me as Barry White.
Why did you like Barry White so much? I mean, I love Barry White, but why were you so infatuated? Was it his voice?
Well, because he gave a message to the whole musical knowledge of people out there.
What was
And
that message, Al?
Love is unlimited, you know?
Did he say? He never said love is unlimited.
Yes, he did.
He did not.
Love is unlimited. And he also said, you're the first, you're my last, you're my everything. And the most important message that Barry White gave to the entire radio listening audience was, never going to give you up. I love Barry White.
I love that. Listen.
I love Barry White.
Right, Anne Marie loves Barry White too. I love
my
Barry
God.
White.
Should I play
I think you should. You're my first, my last, my everything. Yeah.
Don't tell me what to play, okay? Because I got.
Are you kidding? Dude, you're so rude.
This is a classic rock station.
I know, but we play club classics.
Yeah, but I don't know. You asked me.
Anne from Wisconsin's here. Hi, Anne.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I love Wisconsin.
I love Wisconsin. I would like to visit Wisconsin.
So Robert Fleischman put a piece of artwork that he did on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And he said, you go to Robert Fleischman's Facebook page after the show today, and he said, tell me if anybody's interested. He's like raising his hand, right? So I sent him a picture of me raising my hand.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
And did he answer you?
I don't know. I don't have time. I got to get ready for the big radio show. right?
You send him a picture of yourself raising your hand. I hope you
Yeah.
had a shirt on.
Yes, I had a shirt on.
Because you look like an orangutan when you raise your hand.
What do you mean I look like a
Like, because
orangutan?
it's all white underneath
Yeah, so what?
with hair.
Yeah, but
Looks like an orangutan.
that's okay that way.
I mean, I guess.
Oh, God. What the heck you want, you know?
I guess. Did he do his T-shirts?
No,
He really?
he did T-shirts. I don't think it's him on the T-shirt. It looks like James Bond. I don't know who it is.
James Bond.
You look it up later.
What?
Don't look it up now. But it's
Because I know he wanted to make T-shirts.
Yeah, he made T-shirts with the balloons on it. Some guy. Maybe it's him. I don't know. But it looks like James Bond.
Oh, that's awesome. I hope he did.
Some guy today said I look just like Johnny Cash.
You don't look anything like Johnny
Thank
Cash.
God. No, Johnny Cash.
Why, Johnny Cash was beautiful when he was a youngster.
Is Johnny Cash dead?
Yep.
Well, how can I look like him then?
Well,
Yeah, that'd be like, well,
I mean, which Johnny Cash is he talking about?
there's only one Johnny
No,
Cash.
is he talking about early days Johnny Cash,
Oh,
middle,
my God.
middle
No,
years
no.
Johnny Cash,
People-
or
look,
like
look,
just
look,
before he
look,
died,
look,
Johnny
listen.
Cash?
When people think of singers or rock people, they think about them. They have visions in, like Mary. Does she think about Steve Perry the way he looks now? Maybe, but she thinks of Steve Perry in the younger years, right? And I thought it was great the story that Robert Berry today gave a journey in what Steve Perry was. That was great, wasn't it?
That was pretty good.
Oh my God,
That was good
What
info.
Steve Perry
right
wants,
there.
Steve Perry gets. Okay, whatever.
I love that.
That was good. But anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, Johnny Cash. I don't know, but he made a lot of cash, didn't he? No, he did.
He did.
He did. Great stuff.
A lot of good movies about Johnny Cash.
No, whatever.
No, really. I forget. Oh, let me talk. I got to talk about my Netflix weekend.
No.
Yes,
This is
can
a
you
radio,
please?
This is a radio show.
Right, we're
If you
talking.
wanna
It's a
talk
talk
about-
show.
If you want to talk about no, it's
Oh.
not. No, it's not a talk show. It's a classic.
talk
It's
show.
a classic rock station.
talk
where
show.
We play classic rock music. We talk to classic rock artists and groups and everything else. We don't talk about Netflix and TVs. But if you want to,
It's
go ahead.
Thirsty Thursday.
Yeah, but
so
whatever.
anyway, so this
Oh,
past
my
weekend,
God, I
so I
can't.
always have to watch Netflix. I mean,
I can't.
on the weekend, well, you do because you get sucked in.
I can take my shirt off now. Go ahead.
Okay. So Dirty John, that's like a series on Netflix. And the first Dirty John I watched
I'm
was
here.
about Deb and then this guy, John.
I'm all
Like,
cool now.
dude, she was a really wealthy woman.
Yep.
And then she met this guy who
Right.
pretended to be an anesthesiologist, right?
Oh, I feel much better.
That was a true story. Very, very sad, but true story.
Too sorry.
Dirty John,
Dirty John.
really good.
Oh, that was a bad movie. Wasn't
Now.
it? That was bad.
The Netflix is doing a whole series on
Yeah.
these people who are Dirty Johns, and
Yeah.
the next one
How
they
about
have out
Dirty
is
Al?
Dirty John,
Dirty John.
Betty Broderick.
Betty
Now,
Broderick,
if those
yeah.
of you who remember the Betty Broderick story
No, not
from
me.
the late 80s,
Nope.
1989 to
Nope.
be exact, I believe
Nope.
thereabouts.
No.
I mean, there are so many movies.
That's great.
The biggest one was with Meredith Baxter Burney. She was Betty Broderick. But this one that they just released, Christian Slater, was Betty Broderick's husband.
Meredith Baxter, wasn't she an
Very
actress?
good.
Was she an actress?
Very well done.
Meredith Baxter.
Not a good story.
No,
Not a good.
guess it
It's a
wasn't.
very sad story,
Okay. Whatever.
and we know what happens if you
God.
know the story.
Not
But let me
depressed.
tell you,
I'm depressed.
well done,
Not depressed.
well done. Like, can I just say it? And I say it all the time. But whoever is running Netflix,
Yes.
God love them,
God love them.
because they
So-
know how to make a damn series.
So-
they know.
Right.
They know what to
So-
do.
sorry.
They know how to suck you in, and they do a great
Who
job.
was the guy you talked to last week? What was his name? The
Steve Cropper.
Steve Cropper. And the stories he told about the Blues Brothers, he was actually in the movie The Blues Brothers.
He was in 2 movies.
2 movies. And the stories he talked about John Belushi, just recap that just a little bit, what he talked about John Belushi last week, which blew everybody away because nobody knew this about John.
No, I think they do. It's just that, it's not
Right.
people don't talk about it a lot. So
Right.
John Belushi, really,
Yes.
sadly,
Sadly.
people remember him as, as a funny guy.
Right.
And then the sad
Drug.
part of his ending of,
Right.
doing drugs and
Right.
womanizing and all that stuff.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
But I guess something John liked to do was just to walk into random people's homes.
Yes, like I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
And people would just say, okay, come on. And he would fall asleep in their house, eat their food. He would go
Yeah.
in their fridge,
I do that all the time.
eat their food, and just take a nap.
Take a nap. That's good.
So
I
I
think-
said to Steve Cropper, I'm like, so he did this. He goes, yeah, he did that. He did that a lot. He
Right.
said, but what a lot of people don't know about John is
Right.
that he was a very giving person. He
Right.
would give people the shirt off his back, basically. Give them money, give them
Right.
cars.
Right.
He was a very, very generous and giving person,
Right.
which I did not know because, again, that's one thing you don't hear about John Belushi, sadly.
Right.
You should hear more about that,
Right.
about John Belushi, because I absolutely loved John Belushi.
He was great. And for those of you just tuning in, Kiki was talking about it before we talked to Robert Berry tonight. Her message today she got from Steve, was it Cropper?
Oh my God, dude.
Cropper, right?
No, Cropper.
Cropper. You said you were talking about his friend Dan Aykroyd. He calls him Danny, and they went to movies together. And he says he talked to him a long time, and he says, "Wait a minute, Kiki, I probably should reach out to him." And hopefully today he reached out to him, and hopefully you find out another day or so that Steve reached out to Danny or Dan Aykroyd, and it's because of your talk last week. That's pretty cool.
Maybe it'd be kind of cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, he did email today and said that he was going to call Danny.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
He said he would keep us updated
on
what they talked about. So that would be kind of neat.
Because you guys just like talking out the women. He is he's like the backstory. I mean, not many people know about it, but the history behind him. And by the way, if you did not get a chance to listen to the interview, you can now hear the interview on your YouTube channel, which is entitled Kiki Classic Rock. Kiki Classic Rock. And what's the name of the video? I don't know. Is it Steve Cropper?
Steve Cropper interview.
Just
look that up.
Steve Cropper. It's Cropper, right?
Yeah.
I'm a winner. That's great.
Yeah. So that was great. But yeah, it just the cool stuff we hear. Sure. Really? No. Oh, girl. I love Barry White. Yeah. Because he's just so... Oh, every time we make love, we share love and we give love and we suck up love and we're just like all about love and we're all about people and music and oh. That's right, it's just not enough, Barry. No, it's not. You know why? Because I just can't get enough of you, Barry. Girl, like Barry White, stop it. Freaking, like, his music, I just can't. Love it. Love it. Sorry. Just, oh my God. Woo! So does anybody have any weddings coming up? There's so many. So many. And it feels like everybody's just rushing to the floodgates to have a wedding, which they should. You just heard from Scorpion's YouTube channel that their new album is coming out later this year. That is very cool. Who doesn't love the Scorpions? Hi. I mean, they're just amazing. That is very good. So much new music coming out. I think the lockdown really got people to be creative and got people motivated to, write some songs and produce some stuff if they could do it at their home or send it off in an MP3 file. I mean, a lot of people have done a lot of things the past year and a half, which is very cool to see. So, yeah, and Journey's talking about their new stuff coming out. It's going to be interesting to hear the sound of what Journey will sound like now with Randy Jackson. Right? It's going to be very interesting. Will it sound like Raised on Radio? I don't know. All the quarantine collaborations, Anne-Marie, yes. I think it's been a good time for musicians and of course, everybody just to reset. This has been a great reset, I think, for so many different things. But for musicians and artists to really hunker down and say, just maybe sit back and think about things and be super creative, which is so cool. So yeah, I think we have a lot of great stuff in store throughout the rest of the year. So that's
That's always wonderful. I think we're gonna get an influx of stuff. That's what I think. Oh, so Lindsey Buckingham is getting a divorce, and he is going on tour. I think he is coming to a place in Connecticut, which is it's not really near me. It's kind of far. It's at least a couple of hour ride. It's one of the good things that came out of this pandemic. Bands and musicians had a lot of time to record new music. Yes, reality is an illusion. Absolutely. I agree with you. I think that not only a reset for all of us, like personally, but for people who create art. Robert Fleischman, I can't even imagine the paintings he's done. I'm guessing he did a lot of stuff. Musicians, singers, writers. Do you think Lindsay and Stevie will get back together? No, I don't. I really don't. No, I think they're angry at each other. No, I definitely think Stevie's really. She got Lindsay fired from Fleetwood Mac, so I don't think that's going to be a romantic thing. I don't. I mean, crazier things have happened, but that's one thing I don't think will happen. Girl, I don't know why. Can't get enough of you, little baby. Oh no, baby. Oh, yeah. Do you think? I think
Cher could sing Barry White.
I don't think so.
I do.
No, there's no way.
I think she could, in her Cher type of voice.
No, she couldn't.
I don't know why. Yeah, can't get enough of you, little baby. Oh no, baby. Oh, yeah, Sonny. Where are you, Sonny? Oh, Sonny, you're not here. Sorry. No, that's not even funny. Don't you stop it?
Who are you talking to?
That's not even funny.
You're like,
Ow.
I'm not saying a word, but I'm just listening to you. You're like
You're my first, my last, my everything. Yeah, because I'm Cher. Mm-hmm.
You're making fun of a dead guy?
I am not. I love Sonny. I do.
No, you don't.
Well, I would if I could. I would love him.
When Cher did a solo career, you were
Oh
saying
my
Sonny
God.
who? You say Sonny who?
Wait. If I could turn back time, if
Okay.
I could find a way.
Okay. Gotta go now.
Why?
Well, I don't know because you.
I'll take back those words that hurt you. You stay. What?
No, we all have to sleep alone. I'm sorry. I'm a half breed.
Half breed.
Stop it.
Body world.
Turn your microphone off because it's not karaoke with Kiki. All right.
Peter Baker likes it.
Well, fine. You and Peter Baker can sing together. I mean, you can sing.
He does. He always tells me to sing it, Kiki. He always does that.
Well, you can sing "Believe" or whatever the heck you want to
Do
sing.
you believe in love that you
I
love?
just can't. No,
You shouldn't turn my mic off because you know why? You're going to break a button.
No, I'm not going to break any buttons.
You're going to break a button. That's what you're going to do.
Oh, God, I'm sweating my ass off
Yep.
today. Oh, God.
And if you break a button, then it's going to be my fault.
Yeah, whatever. So, I was going to say, this thing next week is going to be great. You've had the opportunity to talk to Roger Earl before, but he has the group Foghat has so many fans, and we expect tremendous amount of people to be listening next Thursday.
Yeah.
Then we're taking the whole month of July off. Everybody knows that now, so they're not going to be tuning in for the whole month of July because they're just going.
They will still tune in. I promise you.
They'll still be playing music and stuff like
We're
that.
still going to be here.
And we're adding
Just
some
not here.
more songs to the rotation you haven't heard in a while. But, I can't say that because I don't want to disclose anything or tell any secrets that come out of the box, right? And you're going to hear some Foghat songs next week, never heard before on radio anywhere in the country.
How good is that?
On the radio.
That's awesome.
Anywhere.
That's fun.
It's from the new album, and we're going to reach out to you this weekend on how you can purchase your new Foghat CD. The album is entitled 8 Days on the Road, at 1971 to 2021, with some old hits on there, some new music, recorded in what studio? Whose house?
Daryl's house.
Daryl's house.
Imagine that, though. Jeez.
I want to.
You know what? We should do a road trip to Daryl's house.
He probably talked to me.
He wouldn't talk to you.
No, he would.
He would not
No,
talk to
he
you.
would
You know
too.
why?
Why?
Because he doesn't talk to many people.
No, I don't care. No, we wouldn't talk.
He
I-
just
no,
doesn't.
No. I'm not going to do
And he's
camera.
not at
no,
the
no, no,
house.
No, no, no. I'm not going
He's not at Daryl's house.
It's not going to be interviews. It's not going to be the camera. It's not going to be voices. It's just going to be him and I, like two dudes talking. I'm not going to do all this stuff. I just say, hey, Daryl, you and I have something in common.
Hey,
Well,
Daryl.
No. And
Hi, Daryl.
no, stop it. But was John O so nice to you that time? He was great.
He's a
wasn't
sweetheart.
He's a sweetheart.
He's a biggie on TikTok right now. Did
He's
you
a
know?
what? It's a big what?
He loves
what
he
is-
loves doing duets with people on TikTok. It's so funny.
What's TikTok? What is
Oh
that?
my gosh.
Well, no, what is it?
It's TikTok. I don't know.
Does Roberta have a TikTok?
Probably not. But I think Roberta should have a TikTok.
No,
she could have a
want-
baking
No,
TikTok.
TikTok, my butt. She doesn't want a TikTok.
I think Roberta should have a TikTok
What
because
is
she
it?
would be totally famous
Why
on
am I
TikTok.
sweating? Is it a TikTok? Is it a clock?
No,
Okay. So TikTok's big then, right?
big,
Big.
huge.
Those funny, weird things you watch on your phone? TikTok?
They're very addicting.
Are those the
They're,
videos?
yeah,
The-
they're very addicting.
How short are they? Like a minute?
A minute.
A minute.
Some of them aren't even a minute. Some of them are only a few seconds, but some of them
Yeah.
are so funny.
Are you on TikTok, Kiki?
I am.
Under what name?
Kiki Classic Rock.
Kiki Classic Rock. Kiki Classic Rock. That's cool.
Yeah.
So that's going to be great.
So John Oates is on there,
John Oates.
and he will just duet with anybody. It's so funny.
Does he have to get paid for it?
No.
Why?
No, it's a free thing.
I thought
Yeah.
it was really weird. Oh, I'll do your cameo birthday for you. You can send me $200. I go, what the frick?
Who are you talking about?
No,
Dude?
I don't. These people like they do cameo.
Sebastian Bach does a ton of them.
Yeah, good for him.
And he gets paid
Good.
good money to
No,
do it.
I'm not gonna talk to him. Is he with Skid Row?
Yeah.
Great group, but he's a pain.
18 in life.
All right, he was in whatever.
What are you saying?
I don't know. I'm just having a conversation.
Hey,
with
dude,
him.
is the ice cream shop still open?
No, it's closed.
Why? It's summertime.
You asked that last week.
I know, but I'm asking again.
Yeah, but you.
Because I really like ice cream.
But you asked the same question. Didn't you have an
I
ice
know,
cream?
but-
Did you have an ice cream sandwich after the nice dinner tonight?
I did.
What did you have for dinner tonight? What was it? What
So we made a
made a what?
feta cheese with
Feta cheese.
bacon, hamburger
Bacon.
with
Bacon.
lettuce
Good
and
for my heart.
little tiny orange tomatoes, which is so good,
So good.
and corn on the cob.
Cut a cup. Yeah. Good.
And oh my
Tastes good.
god!
You
So
know,
Hood
Hood.
has these little teeny tiny ice cream sandwiches. They're literally
I don't
like
like
you can't
I don't
see me,
like-
but
I
they're
don't
about
like-
that big.
I don't like them.
They're only 90 calories.
Yeah, but they taste like. Blah, blah, blah.
And then you always there's ice cream sandwiches, Al.
Yeah, but they
They
don't.
taste like an ice
but-
cream
no,
sandwich.
They don't. They don't taste
They
normal.
do taste like an
They-
ice cream.
that Sounds like they taste like they had a bad cow in that
No, they
texture.
don't,
I've had some of
hon.
those small ice cream sandwiches. I kid. Did I have an ice cream sandwich today? No. 'Cause
So
I
then
don't like
he
the
always
taste.
asks me, "Do you
Right.
want two ice cream
Right.
sandwiches?" I'm like, "No, because that's
They're
the
small.
purpose
They're
of
small.
having one. It's only 90 calories."
Well,
But then I'm
I
really
care.
hungry later.
You get what? Hungry later?
I'm always hungry after the show. I don't know
Right.
why. I always need to have a snack, but I'm not going to
Right.
tonight. I'm not going to have a snack.
Right.
I'm not doing it.
I got to drink low calorie beer now too, right?
Yeah, but you didn't buy that.
I did tonight.
You did? You bought Corona?
I brought Corona Light.
Did you really? They're only 90 calories a
90
can. They're
calories.
little skinny cans. Did you get the
Yeah.
little skinny cans?
No, I got the bottles because you got to put the lime in it.
Oh, you did
I
not. Well,
haven't-
then that doesn't count.
But
Al.
I haven't had a Corona in a year and a half.
So that is not a 90 calorie bottle.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Oh my God, it's a light Corona. What the hell? You want
It's a bigger
Oh,
bottle.
hang on, talk to yourself. Let me go get the bottle. And look at it.
Okay.
Oh, you're a pain in my.
Well,
butt.
no, the can, I believe, was 99 calories, but it was a little like, it looked like a Red Bull can. So that's good. And I'm like, you can do that. That's nice. Because somebody had said to us, well, the Bud Light was making me put weight on. So I said, well, maybe, switching to Corona Light wouldn't be a bad thing. It's not bad. It's never a bad thing. Like having a little tiny ice cream sandwich for 90 calories. That's not a
Right.
bad thing.
Right.
So what does it say?
I'm reading because I can't see.
Because you
it.
can't see.
Hang on.
And then you steal people's glasses.
No. So, do you know this Corona Light beer is imported beer from Mexico?
Okay.
It's 4% alcohol.
Oh, that's nothing.
All right.
That's nothing.
It's protein is 0.8 grams. Fat is 0.0. That's good, right?
Okay.
Oh, calories. Wait a minute, let me zoom in on this.
Okay. What are the calories?
How many calories are in the can?
99.
In the bottle, there is 99 calories.
Are you serious?
I'm making it.
But wait a minute. Wait, how many servings? Are there 2 servings
No,
or
there's
one?
One serving.
How do you know? Did you read the label?
Okay.
You can-
One serving is 12 fluid ounces. That's exactly. Oh, in the front of the bottle, it says Corona Light with a couple palm trees. Then something in Mexican, which okay. Then it says a limited edition. Then it says right in the front of the bottle, 99 calories.
It's limited edition. Why?
I don't know, but there's a warning on here. It says
It's a warning.
woman should not drink alcoholic beverages during pregnancy. Are you pregnant?
Like who would know?
No, because of
and
the-
who would do that?
and consumption of alcoholic
People do
beverages.
that. That's stupid.
And-
Don't
and-
do
no,
that.
Consumption of alcoholic beverages impairs your ability to drive a car. Or
It impairs your ability to do really much of
to
anything.
drive a car, operate machinery, or run studio equipment in a radio studio. It may cause health problems.
Or drive to get ice cream. Don't do that either.
For questions, you can visit coronausa.com or call. Maybe I should call the number. I'm going to call the number right now.
No, you're not calling.
Hang on. I wanna see.
He's not.
Yes, I am. Hang on.
Oh my gosh.
Hang on. Wait a minute.
Are you seriously calling it? What number are you calling?
Quiet.
Oh my god.
Oh, my God. It's a radio show.
It's a master radio show.
This is Corona. If they answer the phone, they might be asleep. There's no ring dial to them.
'Cause you probably didn't dial it correctly because you can't see the digits.
See, did I dial it right?
No.
Looks like. Wait. Is there music playing?
No.
Should I dial it again? No. Oh, wow.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it's a radio station.
Did you hear that radio station?
WBCQ.
Or to remember to push the button, Roberta said. Is it the
The button's already pushed. God darn it. You girls drive me crazy. Hang on, let me dial again. This is important. I want to hear that radio station. All right.
that radio station? What is that?
I hear that now.
Do you hear it?
But don't worry about it. All right. What the hell is it?
Sounds like there's Mexican music playing. Oh,
Hang on.
oh, there's something ringing.
It's quiet.
For
Okay.
English, press 1.
Para español, oprima el 2.
Hang
Oh,
on.
do the Spanish one.
No.
Press 2.
For calling Corona, home of the #1 imported beer in the U.S. Our office is currently closed.
I told you.
We are here to
darn.
assist you Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Time. You can visit us online anytime at
Oh,
www.
God, that's it. I'm not going to have another Corona then.
Darn it.
Jeez, I don't want to talk.
Corona didn't even answer their phone. It's not that late.
Because they work business hours like normal people.
Please.
At least it's still
They sell
working.
beer, for God's sakes.
Oh,
Everybody
my
drinks
God.
beer at all different times of day and night.
I wonder how
Right?
wonder how drunk a motoring Mark is tonight. He started really
not.
He started really early.
He's not.
With a glass of red wine.
Oh, Roberta said she likes Corona too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, then me and Roberta gotta have some Corona together. Yeah, I mean,
Well, you know what? I think that's coming soon.
but you know what? I used to drink Corona all the time, and I haven't.
You did.
but I haven't been able to drink Corona for almost 2 years now. But
Well, not that you haven't been able to, you just haven't.
no, I haven't because I can drink it now.
Drink it now. What is that sound?
I don't know.
What is that?
Don't worry about it. God, don't worry about this technical.
That's kind of funny, though.
Well, there's a radio station bleeding through our equipment here. Something I don't know.
It's a radio station. That's
But it's
crazy.
not a local radio station.
No.
It's a Mexican. I don't know what the hell. I think it's in Texas.
Wouldn't that be funny? If it was a Mexican radio station, you're drinking Corona?
That'd be funny. As
That'd be a
hell.
riot.
Wouldn't that be good?
Dude.
Oh, I know what it is. You know what it is?
What?
I had the pot up on the phone thing, and when I put the pot up, you can hear. Listen. You can hear it. The pot on the phone thing is picking up a Mexican radio station or a radio station in Texas. I don't know why.
That's
This is
crazy.
I feel like I'm a short. Wait, I feel like I'm a shortwave listener. Listen. No, I can't hear it.
Can't hear a thing, dude.
Whatever.
So I wonder how Steve Jerry's doing. I'm sure he's great.
Well, I
No, don't call her again. She's watching the show. Don't do that. Seriously, don't do that. That's not nice. No, Al. Oh my God. She's busy. She's busy. Oh my God. I can't. She's not going to answer you.
no, she never answers my phone.
Hi, this is Kelly. Sorry I can't get to the phone right now.
No,
Thank you.
If you
fine.
leave me a message, I'll give you a call back as soon as I can. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Kelly, you're watching Steve Ojiri in Florida with your friend Monica. Least you could do is answer the phone, but that's fine. If you want to watch Steve Ojiri, you haven't seen him in a couple of years, that's fine.
Sorry, Kelly. I can't control him.
I hope Steve Ojiri takes you and the rest of the girls to a higher place tonight. I really do. Kelly, by the way, I'm not going to share with the entire radio listening audience. You reached out to me a couple of weeks ago. Hot Girls in Love. Hot Girls in Love by Loverboy is your favorite song because it brings back a special memory. But we'll tell everybody what that memory is when we have you live on the radio. I'm not going to say it right now because I'm going to keep it in my head. You can keep it in your head, and you can share it with the entire radio listening audience when I tell you. Say bye, Kelly, Kiki.
Bye, Kelly Kiki.
Okay, bye. So that song has special meaning to her.
All right. Well, I can't wait to hear why. I can only imagine.
Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be great. I got you. And not
Roberta said she'll let us know as soon as she can. Absolutely. I can't wait to hear
hear what?
how the show was
Yeah,
and then the meaning of the song.
But Kelly's probably going to check her messages. Oh, I got to call Al.
Oh, wait a minute. So Gina said she looks at beer all day and has for 27 years.
Yeah.
Okay, what does that mean, Gina? What do you do?
She works in a beer factory, or she's a bartender, or
I want to know.
Or she drinks every day.
No.
And starting at 9 o'clock in the morning.
No.
She takes it on the rod. You know,
I think she takes it on the run.
Right.
That's what I think.
I love you, but whatever.
8 shows in July.
Yeah, that's fine.
Front row. That's crazy.
Oh, my God. How much those
And
things
Mark's
cost?
going to Pennsylvania.
Why?
When is that? That's going to be soon, right?
Why is he going to Pennsylvania?
To see Ario and Styx. Is that next week? I think.
I don't know.
It's the for some reason, the 25th is in my
The
head.
Styx is performing again. We're running their spot here on Kiki.fm.
They have new music.
They have new music.
Yep.
Lawrence Gowan is a great guy.
Yep.
And Todd Zuckerman, he's a great drummer. We talk a lot about drummers tonight. And a
lot of drumming going
He's a
on.
fantastic drummer. And he's back on the concert circuit again. I'm so happy for all these artists.
I know.
They can start bringing money back into their pockets again.
About time.
It's-
Well, and bringing us fun and happiness.
Right. That's what it's all about, girl. I mean, it's about having.
I know,
good time.
boy.
You know, no. But one of the things that Robert Berry says tonight, one of his slogans. Oh, I forget what the slogan was, but it was pretty neat. Says something about music. Do you remember what that is? He says.
Something about music. He said a lot of things about music.
No, but he says music is life. Life is music. It's kind of his mantra that he puts out there. And again, that it is true. I mean, I'm not.
Well, of course it's true.
But because life is our music, music is our life. I mean,
Yeah.
when we sit and talk to people or stand and talk to people, we can talk for hours about music, can't we?
Yeah.
For
And
hours.
I do.
And people like we communicate that way, right?
Right.
We don't, hi, how are you? Well, who cares?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I care. I care how people are out.
No, I don't care. But
I do care.
But like, what songs do you like? Oh, I don't like you. Whatever. But no, you can usually tell what kind of person people are with the type of music they listen to, right?
No.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Dude, come on.
Oh my God.
No.
So, one of the guys I saw today said looked like Johnny Cash. He loves Christopher Cross. I says, who's he? I says, does he ride like the wind?
My favorite song
Sailing?
is Ride Like the Wind.
That's a great song, isn't it?
That is a great summer
Yeah.
song.
Oh,
You
God.
okay?
No, I'm hot.
What's
man.
wrong, man?
I think I'm going
You're
through. I think I'm going through the change of
Like
life.
you're making sound. You're
No,
making
I
wind
think,
sounds.
I think I'm going through the change of life tonight. I don't know.
Dude, you did that. Oh, someone's calling you.
Kiki, don't say that, okay? Hang on.
Someone's calling you. Okay.
Hello, hi.
God.
Hello. Oh my God.
Yes!
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I just lost my voice at that part.
Wow.
Oh, that felt good. But not really because I want to be there.
She just called me to tease me.
How good is
and
that
she hung
though?
up
No,
on
she
me.
didn't tease you. That was
Oh.
very nice of her to do that.
Oh my God.
All right, you can hang up now.
You killed me.
Oh, that
I
is
want to-
so awesome. Oh,
oh
my
my
gosh.
God.
How good is that? She must be like out of her mind happy.
My God.
Yeah, someday.
Ladies
We'll
and
get
gentlemen,
ours,
if you
too.
don't know what that was, that's Steve Ojiri, former lead singer of Journey, back on the concert tour again after being away for almost 2 years.
Yep.
He performed in North Dakota last Thursday, performing in Florida this Thursday. He's been so gracious to us. He's been so gracious to his fans. He talks to all his fans. He like looks at him. He has communications with his fans. Steve Ojiri, oh my God. Just makes you want to cry, doesn't it?
Oh my God, you're crying?
I'm crying with Steve Ojiri.
I'm not crying. I want to go see him.
But you know, he was so nice to do an interview with you like 2 months ago.
And it was so good, too.
It was his birthday. Robert Fleischman, the original lead singer Journey, wished him happy birthday. And Mike Holtzman, who you had on a couple weeks afterwards, the Bad Penny release of a song called Lose Myself, which you hear here on Kiki.fm.
Yeah.
Just great singing talent. But not only that, he's a nice guy.
Yeah,
He's
really
a
nice
super
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm next time I see him, I'm going to ask him if he likes Corona beer. You know, because
Okay.
you know, we can sit
You
there-
can do that.
right.
Gina's like, don't stop believing. How good is that?
And Mark is probably like losing himself.
I know, right? He's losing
Well,
himself.
Motoring Mark, a very faithful listener, does the morning traffic reports here on Kiki.fm. A lot of work, by the way. As Don't Stop Believing on a tattoo on his arm, and on his ass he has separate ways.
That's great.
So
That's just.
oh my God.
And on your ass, you have put coin here.
Stop it, will you? And people just listening to what just happened. That was cool, man.
That was awesome of Kelly to do that.
And you know the nicest
She's
thing,
so cool.
but you know the nicest thing about that? I started recording it about 3 minutes before the phone call rang. And so I had that
Oh, perfect.
I had that on tape.
Perfection.
So I'm not gonna play it now, but we'll play it some other
Good.
time. So when Kelly calls back again, I cannot wait to
And what Al will do is he'll ask her how it went, and then hopefully we can just air it because that I know people want to know.
Right. No, I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna bother Kelly because
She's busy.
no, but I'm sure she's gonna have to sleep in tomorrow morning
Yeah, right.
because she's gonna be up late tonight. You know, God.
Awesome.
She's down there.
Awesome.
She's down there with Monica. Oh my God. And Eileen's probably having. I don't think Eileen's there, but she's probably having like, oh my God. You know.
She'll be with them
What a
at some
nice
point.
guy. Oh my God.
Yep.
So talking about nice guys, next week we have on the program, Thursday, Foghat's drummer, Roger Earl, right here, live on the radio, 7 o'clock
Yeah.
Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends, tell your enemies, or people that don't care. But a lot of people, I talked to a number of people, love Foghat. They can't get enough of Foghat. And we're very fortunate to be sharing with you here on Kiki.fm next week a premiere of some of the songs from their new album entitled 8 Days on the Road. 8 Days on the Road, Foghat. And we're going to be reaching out. If you listen to Kiki.fm this weekend and all throughout next week, we'll tell you how you can order your copy of 8 Days on the Road, Foghat. And if that's not enough, Roger Earl's going to be on with you next week, Kiki.
Next week.
And then Friday is going to be Foghat Friday. And that's going to be great.
Yep.
When is July 4th? No, it's a couple weeks from now, right?
Yep.
God.
2 weeks. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
It's going to be fun.
It's in 2 weeks.
So tomorrow's Friday, huh?
Yep.
So what should we call tomorrow? Just Friday?
Just call it Friday.
All right.
You know what I mean?
So
Because
you-
it is just Friday
So
tomorrow.
you want to say goodnight to everybody tonight?
I do. Good night, everybody. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for your friendship, your listenership, and your support. We truly appreciate each and every single one of you. I hope you enjoyed the interview with Robert Berry tonight. Have a wonderful weekend. We will see you next week. And Roger Earl from Foghat is going to be on with us live on the air. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Have
Have a great night, a great weekend, a great everything. And remember, guys, to always keep rocking. Roberta, good night. Mwah! Good night, guys. Mark and Gina and Anne Marie and whoever else is here. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Have a great night, a great weekend, a great everything. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you so, so much. And we will see you next week. Night. Nighty night.